I just had some spicy stuff. That's the reason why I'm sniffing and shit, man. Ugh. I just had some spicy Indian food that's got my bottom lip like burning right now. Oh man. Mm. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ugh. What time is it, man? I gotta get my homeboy I gotta give him his coffee real quick. It was hot today. Very hot. Ugh. But I gotta hook him up with his coffee, you feel me? Ugh. Shit. Okay. Whew. That fucking Indian food was hot. My fucking lips are burning, you feel me? You want it hot? How many minutes? Now.
After 30 minutes.
Okay.
Because today very hot day, so maybe after 30 minutes.
I'm gonna go get it now, man. I'm gonna go get it right now, man, cause I gotta go. You want it right? I gotta go. I'm gonna leave soon.
No problem, go.
Okay, okay.
So after 40 minutes, man.
I'll come and get it like 15, 20 minutes, man.
Yeah, you come back.
Okay.
Right off me.
All right. You know, a lot of these women, man, they fumble the bag when they would reject a man that's on a mission or he's after the fucking bag or whatever. But what's up with it? Jamie in the house, you feel me? Because of their feelings, you know. I remember my mother, man, because of her feelings, man, we starved after that, man. She let the man with the bag go, bro. I was mad as hell, bro. We starved after that man left. I'm like, my mother, she was all about herself, bro. Women are all about their feelings. They're not about you. They're about their feelings and shit. I learned that from my mother, though. You know, they're all about their feelings. And they'll let a man with money go. You feel what I'm saying? They will. What's up with it, man?
What size shoes you want? What size?
Tens.
10?
10. What you got?
It's for you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Damn. That's what I'm talking about. Some brand new 10. Oh, shit. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
I really need some shoes. Hell yeah. You see, I need it.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Yeah. He gave me some shoes, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. I just got some brand new shoes. Yeah, I needed these shoes, bro. I needed some shoes. You see, they got some good people in the world, man. And most of the people that's good is men. Women are not good people, bro. I'm gonna keep that a book. I got some brand new shoes from a man. He saw them.
You right?
Yeah, what? Woo, woo, my God, damn. That's what I'm talking about, bro. These are what, 10s? 11s?
That's 10 and a half.
Yeah, I could. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, bro. This nigga got me some brand new shoes. Men are good people, bro. Women are not good people, bro. I swear, bro. He gave me some brand new shoes, some high tops. That's what I'm fucking talking about. You feel me? Some brand new shoes. I needed some new shoes, bro. Man, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man. But women make the most horrible decisions, man. You know, men, we make the best decisions, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's why we always gotta have men of charge. That's why we gotta have men in charge of things, bro. Just always have a man in charge of shit, bro. I got some brand new shoes. I can work out in and shit. What's up with it? Oh man, we got B2B. We got B2B in the house, you feel me? Yeah, he gave me some Air Force Ones. You saw that shit, right? I'm gonna show you real quick what he gave me, man. You're working tonight, huh? Wow. Give me the 50 child latte.
Cinnamon powder?
Yes.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's going to be 570.
I've been drinking a little bit, so I'm slow. Work with it.
We got that. Thank you, Carla. I'll be right out.
Thank you. Oh shit, Joey Fingers. What's up with it, baby? What's up with Joey Fingers in the house? We got Joey Fingers in the house. What's up with it, baby? Yeah, we got Joey Fingers eating it from the back. Eating it from the back. What's up? What's up? What's up with it, baby? Yeah. You feel me? This nigga gave me some brand new shoes, though, bruh. That's what I'm talking about. Men always look after other men, man. You know? He got me some brand new Adidas. He gave me some brand new Adidas, man. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I needed some shoes, bro. I needed some shoes. But these Adidas are clean, though. Oh, my God. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I needed, man. To continue to chase this jackpot. I need all the support that I need, man. You feel me? Man, eating it from the back. Damn, we got Joe in the house. These are Air Force One. And he gave me some other shoes here, man. Man, come on. Now, he didn't give me no Air Force Ones, bro. Air Force Ones are like... Air Force Ones is like Nike, man. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had some Air Force Ones right now. He gave me some Adidas. Some old school Adidas. Yeah, the fucking shoes are on fire, bro. You feel what I'm saying? We got Joey 6 in this motherfucker. You feel me? I've been drinking a little bit. I ain't totally drunk, but you know. I gotta get my homeboy his drink though real quick. You know. I gotta hook that up real quick, man, cause he hooked that up. You have a pair of Air Force Ones? Oh yeah, Air Force Ones with the shit, bro. I got so much pussy in Air Force Ones, bro. Air Force Ones are Nike. It's not Adidas. Adidas never made no Air Force Ones. Air Force Ones is Nike. You feel me? Let me go in here and get my homeboy his drink real quick. He said, you crazy, bro. Go see old girl and eat it from the back. Eat it from the back. You funny as hell, Joey Fingers, bro. You funny. You guys are killing me with the eat it from the back. Yeah, I sure would eat it from the back. Like if like Little Seven, I definitely would eat that from the back. I'd be like, you taste good. Just I'll suck all the juices down in my throat. Like, suck all your juices. For real. For real. For real. You feel me? I would swallow all her juices, bro. Like Little Seven, let me tell you something. I would swallow all her juices down my throat, bro. I wouldn't spit nothing out. I'd be like, swallow, swallow, swallow. You know, swallow. Gunk, gunk, gunk. Swallow all your juices, girl. You look good as hell. He said, I don't eat none of that. I would, man. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm a swallower. I don't spit nothing out. When I'm eating it from the back, I'm swallowing, bro. Especially, let me tell you something. Like, if I'm eating a woman from the back, that means I enjoy her whole entire body. Like I'm highly attracted to her, and I'm trying to swallow every single goddamn juice, you know, that she got. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to swallow it. Like I don't eat nothing from the back that I'm not attracted to. You know, if she got a nice ass or something like that, and she got, you know, she just totally like, you know, just she turns me on a whole lot. Oh yeah, I'm swallowing everything. I'm eating it from the back. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm eating it from the back because she got a body that's like a goddess or whatever, and she got curves. You know, she got an hourglass shape. Yeah, I'm eating it from the back. You feel me? Joey Fingers, he laughing there. Joey Fingers, you a fool, bro. Yeah, we got Joey laughing up a storm right now because he know it's true, bro. If a woman, she got an hourglass shape, you are eating it from the back, guaranteed. And satisfaction guaranteed. I gotta go in here. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Like if her body is on point, bruh, I find myself eating it from the back. You feel what I'm saying? And she got a nice body or something. It's an hourglass shape from the waist down. You know, and guaranteed I would eat it from the back. You know, he's a Hellcat feeling nice. Yeah, I done had about a few drinks. I done had a few drinks. Yes, I am feeling nice. I gotta get my homeboy his drink, man. Real quick. Guaranteed I'm hitting it from. I'm just not hitting it from the back. I'm eating it from the back, and it tastes good when you eat it from the back. Cause you sucking in all the juices, man. You just gonk, especially if she got an hourglass shape. It's like, oh, girl, I'm sucking in all your juices. I ain't spitting nothing out. I'm just swallowing all your juices. And, oh, you just good, baby. You taste good. Yeah. Yeah, I am drunk right now, but I'm not super drunk where I'm like stumbling and fumbling everywhere. But I done had about 5 shots, so I'm good. I know I'm not blacking out nothing. I remember everything, you know. But I'm not too drunk. But I'm drunk right now. I done had about 5 shots. You know. I'm out, man. Huh? Oh. Hell yeah! Like the women that I want to like eat it from the back. They got nice figures and stuff. It'll make you want to eat it from the back. Like, let's say a female got a nice big ass, you know, hourglass figure. You feel what I'm saying? You would want to hit it. You would want to eat it from the back. I remember when I was doing the massage parlor a while back, and this Asian chick came out, and she had a big ass, and she was an hourglass. She had an hourglass figure. And I definitely ate that shit from the back. I ain't gonna lie, but this is a true story. True story. You know, because her body was so goddamn well defined, and she had an hourglass shape, and she had a nice big ass. The first thing I did was eat it from the back, and then I turned her around and started eating it from the front. For real. You know. You know. I was eating it from the back, and then I turned her ass around and started eating it from the front. Okay? Because she looked good enough to eat. If a female, you know, if she got like a, come on, bro. Man, we got the whole entire fucking, wait, come on, bro. You guys are passing through, fucking up my goddamn shit. Like, I remember when I was going to the massage parlors, I remember there was this thick, like, Asian woman that came out, bro. And she was really thick, and she had an hourglass shape. And I told her I would eat that pussy up. You know what I'm saying? I told her, I said, you come out, I want to eat that pussy. She was like, oh, well, pay me an extra $40. And I ate that pussy. This is back when I was tricking. And I was paying for pussy and shit like that. This back in my early 30s. I don't do it no more, man, because I feel like it's a waste of my money. But while I was doing it, man, and she came out, and she had a big ass hourglass shape. And I showed her my tongue. I was like, yeah, I want to eat that pussy. And she took off her panties, bro. And she bent over, bro, on the bed, bro, and let me eat it from the. I'm not lying, bro. You might say, like, Hellcat, bro, you just saying it because Joey Fingers is in here. No. Because she bent over and she had an hourglass shape with a nice big ass. I ate it from the back. You feel me? I ate it from the back, and then I turned her around and I ate it from the front. And she didn't care, like, you know, she wanted to get ate from the back. You know, and I Joey Fingers. I'm telling you a true story, bro. This is not a fucking goddamn. I swear, bro. This is not, you know, this is not a lie, bro. Hey. You know, hey, I swear, bro, like, she came out and she had a big ass for an Asian girl. I was like, God damn, you got a big ass. And once I did, and I think I spent about $150 or something like that day. But I was loaded because I was doing Uber and Lyft. And I came in there with like $200. And she came out, the female that's going to massage me. She had a nice big ass. I was like, God damn, you got a big ass for an Asian girl. And it was like an hourglass shape too. And then I laid on the bed, right? And I started showing her my tongue. I was like, just sit on my face. And she was like, yeah, maybe that might shoot her. I was like, yeah. You know, and then one thing led to another, bruh. She took off those panties, bruh. And the first thing she did, bruh, was let me eat it from the back, bruh. I swear, this is a true story, bro. I'm not lying, bro. I showed her my tongue. I was like, you know, and she was like, yeah, it don't feel, that's not, you know, she was like, that's not too bad, you know, let me just take off my panties and let this motherfucker eat me from the back. And I did, bro. She turned around and that nice big ass was in my face. And I was just like, just tearing it up from the back, bro. Just eating it from the back. And I thought, wow, I ate it from the front. And then she didn't like me jumping on her. Like, after that happened, like, I jumped on her with no condom. And I started rubbing my dick against her fucking pussy. You know, she didn't like that. She was like, oh, no, you got to wear a condom. And I didn't hit it, man. I think what happened was she kept, like, licking my balls and shit, man. And I exploded like a motherfucking goddamn volcano. You know what I'm saying? She licked my balls until my fucking shit popped. I didn't stick it in, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, she was afraid of that. She didn't want me to stick it in, man. But she let me eat her pussy though, from the back and from the front though. A lot of these women, they, like Joey Finger said, bro, like they love that shit, bro. Like women love to get ate. They love their pussy to get ate, bro. That's like something that's a must do if you in a relationship with a woman. You gotta eat her pussy, bro. Like you gotta eat it from the back and from the front and from the side. You feel what I'm saying? You know. You know. But I remember, bro, I came in, right? At the time, I'm in good shape at the time, man. I was at low percentage body fat. I had muscles like I do now. You know, I was muscles. I walked in, and at the time, I was in a relationship with my ex-girlfriend, and the sex between me and her was boring. And I was in a relationship for a very long time with her. You guys remember, I was in a 12-year relationship off and on. And I walk in, my ex-girlfriend is Filipino, by the way. And I walk in, and I see this Asian female with a nice big ass in this massage parlor, bro. And then I went back, like after I ate it from the back, you know what I'm saying? I ate it from the front, and she licked my balls, and I busted a whole entire nut all over the place. I went back, even the other Asian women was like, "You want that girl with the nice big ass, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm back. I'm back." And she not here no more. I was like, fuck. I was mad as hell, bro. But they gave me another girl that had a medium size ass, and I was good with that. But there's not too many like Asian women with nice big asses, bro. Like that's like a needle in a haystack. You feel what I'm saying? You know. That was a needle in a haystack. But I definitely ate that pussy from the back. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I did. Because she looked good enough to eat it from the back. I mean, damn, look at some of these females, right? You see some of these women with hourglass faces, you be like, God damn, I would eat that from the back. I sure would lick that coochie until it pops. I would eat her until she comes, you know, because she looks that good from the waist down, bro. You know? So she came in with that nice big ass. I was like, hold on. This is not normal for an Asian woman to be shaped like this. And all the Asian women in there, they knew that I wanted her. Every time I came in, I think I seen her once. And I told her I was going to eat it from the back. And she said, okay. So she got up on the massage table, right? And she took off her panties, and she had some nice big cheeks. And I dove in, and I started eating it from the back, bro. Joey Fingerless, you a fool, bro. You got me here talking about eating it from the back, bro. I'm supposed to be talking about something else. Yeah, I was eating it from the back. I was, at the time, man, like I was in a relationship for very long. My ex-girlfriend, bro, like, after a while, you've been with a woman for so long, you get bored, man. And I was sneaking out behind her back, going to massage parlors, and getting my fulfillment in. You get bored with the same sex over and over again when you with the same woman, bro. Like, you get bored. So you go. My thing is, the reason why I like massage parlors is because my girlfriend, I can go there and don't have to worry about a paper trail of my girlfriend. What I'm gonna do with these shoes, bro? I'm gonna put these shoes somewhere else where I can find them, cause I do need shoes, man. I'm gonna put them over here tomorrow. I'm gonna put them over here in the bush real quick, cause I don't have no place to put them. So I'm gonna put these shoes over here. They smell good, by the way. Somebody put some spray on them or something. You know, my ex-girlfriend couldn't find out, you know, the shit I've been doing. So I ain't gonna take these shoes with me on. I'm gonna put them in the bush, and I'll get them tomorrow real quick. Okay, so if these shoes are here tomorrow, I'll pick them up. Somebody gave me some brand new shoes, or yeah, I'll put them right there tomorrow. Yeah, I definitely need some new shoes. But you know, and my boy Scott let his Chinese girlfriend put her index finger in his ass. Oh, that's different. That's totally different. I ain't never did that. That's totally different. And it made him shit on himself. No, don't ever do that. I'd never let a female put her index finger in my ass, bro. Like, nah, I'm good with that. Now, I done had a female lick my ass, but no, a finger? No. That's too goddamn gay as hell, bro. I'm good with that. You know. You feel me? You know. But like I said, I went to the massage parlor, man, and normally they got the thin Asian girls in there when I went in there, bro. Now my girlfriend is at home chilling and shit, man, or maybe she's at work or whatever. And I just, you know, I just ate her coochie from the back, man. She pulled her pants down, man, and she was naked. And at the time, you know, when you hit the same woman over and over again, you just get tired of the same shit. So for a naked, like, Chinese female to fucking, like, bend over and let me eat it from the back, that's what I'm talking about. You know, and I did. I remember eating it from the back, bro. I was like, oh, because she had a nice big ass, and she was shaped. Her shape was like an hourglass. So when a female has a shape of an hourglass, bro, you're gonna eat it from the back because it looks good enough to eat. Like some women, when I was coming up, when they didn't have a shape of an hourglass, I didn't feel like eating it from the back, man. I felt like just hitting it from the front and then bust that nut and then let her get on. But it depends how she look. If she has a hourglass shape, bro, you're gonna want to eat it from the back because it looks good enough to eat. You feel me? Joey Fingers laughing at You're gonna want to eat it from the back because the girl look goddamn. Oh, it looks good enough to eat, goddamn, from the back, man. She came out with a nice big ass. And this is something that she's not really used to, man. I mean, damn, it's hard to get a woman with a nice big hourglass shape, man. Like, with a nice big ass. It's hard to get it, especially in California, bro. A woman that got an hourglass shape with a nice big ass, that's something hard to get. So when you finally get it, you're gonna want to eat it. You know, you're gonna want to suck all the motherfucking juices down your throat. Like, I ain't spit nothing, girl. I'ma suck all the juices. I'ma suck all your juices down my throat. You know. Hey, you never ate an Asian? I did. My ex-girlfriend was Filipino, man. You guys forget, man. I dated women that were Asian, you know, Chinese and Filipino. I went into massage parlors and I ate pussy from the back and I ate it from the front because women got like swimsuit bodies that make you want to eat it from the back. There was this one girl I used to go to over in Vallejo, bro. I swear she had a body, but she was older than me though. I think she was around like 36 or 40 or something like that. And I was around like 30, 33. Because that's when I was going to the massage parlors heavier. You know, in my early 30s, I was going to the massage parlors just wearing pussy out and eating pussy left and right. And then, like, this the female that used to lift up my shirt and see if I had a six pack. It's back when I was like using the enhancements, man. I had a six pack. You know, I was at low percentage body fat, and I had a six pack. You know what I'm saying? Every time I show up to the door, she was like, oh, is there a six pack right there? And I was like, yes, baby, there's a six pack. Oh, come in. And bro, she let me eat that coochie because she was actually attracted to me because I had a six pack. You feel me? And I was on I was on the enhancement drugs, right? So a lot of them females, they really actually attracted to you when you got your body in shape. So I walked up in there, man, and she let me eat it from the front. But this female, she had an hourglass shape, like beyond this world, okay? Now her face, you could tell she was older. She was like around like, it had to be her late 30s or early 40s or some shit like that. And I could tell, just looking by her face. But she had like a body that was shaped like a motherfucking, like an apricot, you know, like a motherfucking pumpkin. You know, her body was you know, and I was like, man. So I was in there eating it from the back, from the front, sucking all her motherfucking juices down my throat. You know, I know Joey Finger, she gonna come in here, he laughing as hell. He's sucking all her juices down his throat while he's eating it from the back. He's eating it from the back. You know. So she let me eat that from the back, from the front. She was about to let me hit it raw at one point, but I pulled out because I was like, nah, I ain't gonna hit it raw, man. But she let me rub my dick up. You know how hitting it raw all starts, right? It all starts with you rubbing your dick against her coochie without the condom, right? She let me do that. But then I thought in my head, like, nah, don't put it in raw, man. Get the condom on, bro. Come on, bro. So we did. We put the condom on, man. It was the right thing to do. But at the point, she let me just rub my dick up inside her goddamn coochie. At the time when I was in the best shape of my life because I was on the enhancement drugs. And then the enhancement drugs give you a fucking goddamn six pack just like that. And I used to show up for real, I used to show up at the door, bro. And the first thing she did when she opened the door, where's the six pack? I'm like, yeah, it's right here, baby. Oh, come on in. Oh, and man, she must have had bent over, and I ate it from the back and the front. You know, I had a threesome with another girl, man. The other girl came in and she joined in, and I stuck my dick inside her coochie, and she actually tongue kissed me, man. She let me tongue kiss her and shit, and she sucked my dick right in front of the other female, man. I'm telling too many guys. I'm telling too much, bro. She sucked my dick right in front of the other female. The female that let me eat it from the back. She sucked my dick. You know what I'm saying? I had threesomes and all that shit up in there, bro. 2 women at the same time. You know, I mean, they wasn't into each other, but I took my dick out of one and put it into the other one. Of course, I had to switch condoms and shit like that. I couldn't like take my dick out and then put it into the other one without switching the condom. You know, I had to take my dick out of one, you know, pull it out, and then put a new condom on and go inside the other one. That's what I'm fucking talking about. You know what I'm saying? And these are Thai women, bro. Thai girl, man, she let me, bro, she was so attracted to me. Thai girl let me come inside the coochie multiple times without a condom on. She wanted all of my juices, bro. She sucked my dick without the condom. If these women, let me tell you something real quick, but if these women are really attracted to you, they want all your juices, bro. They're attracted to you. They don't want you to wear a condom. And keep telling us the story. For real. This is back when I used to do the massage parlors back in the day. I don't do it no more, man, because I'm preparing for my old age, and I just think massage parlors are like a waste of money for me. Because at the time I spent like a small fortune of going to massage parlors. This is back when I was in shape and I had, I was doing Uber and Lyft. You feel what I'm saying? And I was making like $200, $300 a week or whatever. And I used to go to massage parlors on a weekly basis, and I had some of the best sex in massage parlors, like because you find a female that's really attracted to you. So then you find this bro like licking the balls and sucking the dick, and let you come inside the mouth, let you come inside the coochie. That's when a female is really into you, man. When the other females, you could tell, like some of the women that wasn't really attracted to me, they wouldn't let me go that far. You feel what I'm saying? But since I came in and I had a six pack and I was in shape, these females, they wanted to taste the juices, bro. They let me come inside their mouth, inside their coochie, everything. But some of the women that wasn't attracted to you, they oh no, keep the condom on, and they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait until you finish. They're like, oh, next. I'm not really attracted to this guy. Next. But you came across some of the women that was really attracted to you, man. They didn't want you to wear a condom. They was like, okay, this guy got a six pack. He had low percentage body fat. I'm gonna let him come inside the coochie. Now, Thai girl, she let me come inside the coochie multiple times because she was attracted. She told me, she was like, man, I don't like some of the guys that come in here. And me and Thai girl, we was at the same age. She was like 37, I was 37, 38 or something like that. So we was around the same age. And Thai girl had a nice big ass. I was like, oh. So I nutted multiple times inside a Thai girl, hoping that she would get pregnant. But at the time, I was on the juice. I was shredded. I was shredded. I was on top of her, and she at one point, like I think after I nutted inside of her like at least 5 times, and I was on top of her, and I was pumping and breathing. And she was like, no, don't come inside. I was like, no, baby, I am coming inside. It's gonna feel better when I come inside. She was like, okay. And I just said, oh, I'm just gonna nut inside. Just nutted a whole entire nut inside that nice Thai cooch, And after that, some sub 5 motherfucker took her away, so I'm good. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get her pregnant anyway, man, because I was on the enhancements. I was on drugs. I was on enhancement drugs, bro. Fucking, you're sterile. You can't get nothing pregnant if you're on gear. If you're on enhancements, when you're on like steroids and stuff like that, man, you can't get nothing pregnant. So I felt comfortable coming inside, But I was hoping that maybe the enhancements would just let me bust nuts and get her pregnant. I wanted to get her pregnant because I wanted a baby, man, at that point, man. I was like, man, and I wanted to keep her around. But some sub 5 motherfucker, for some reason, came around and took her from me, bro. I was like, you fucking motherfucker. That was my only, outlet of coochie without the condom. So you can just take her away from me? I'm still mad at that, bro. I'm so fucking mad at the sub 5 motherfucker that made more money than me taking her away. But he was the better dude because he made more money, bro. That's what it was about, bro. Yeah, Thai girl, she was more attracted to me, and I didn't eat her coochie from the back. I didn't get a chance to do that because we only hung out like about 4 or 5 times. And every single time, man, I came inside that cooch, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I let loose inside that cooch because I wanted to keep pussy around. But um, you know, you know, unfortunately, the sub five guy won, bro, because he had a lot more money than I did. And she showed me a picture of him, bro, like on, in the text. She was telling me like, well, this guy, he makes a lot of money and he could take care of me. And I'm sorry, we can't be together. I'm like, really? Really? This guy right here? You're not gonna mess with me because of this guy right here? So this is the guy you was hanging out with on New Year's Eve instead of me. The guy had more money, bro. I was broke at the time, bro. Yeah, I was better looking, but I had no money. That's why I say, you guys, when you get money, you're gonna beat them Chaz and Tyrone to the punch, man. Them guys are broke. You got more money, bro. They will leave that Chad or Tyrone or whoever they with for you big time. Trust me, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter if she's married to the guy. It don't matter. You gonna steal her away, bro, because you got more money. Women are always like looking for the highest bidder, man. Like fucking goddamn. I swear, bro. It don't matter if she's married or not. If you pull up with more money, she gonna divorce that guy and get with you, bro. And Chad Rome. She was a Cambodian Crip. No, man. She was a Thai girl, bro. I'm still mad about that a sub 5 dude with more money just came around and took the woman that I had, and I didn't have a whole lot of sexual partners. I started to grow attached to Thai girl. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was upset that, I was upset that she left me for some dude, man, and she stood me up for like New Year's Eve ball because I had rented a hotel, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I rented a hotel where I could eat it from the back. And I rented a hotel that was like at least $200 right across the street from a bar that had food and entertainment and everything. I rented all that shit, bro. And she never showed up. I should have known, like about 3 or 4 days before, she didn't return my phone calls. And I did it anyway. I rented the hotel anyway because it was New Year's Eve, bro. And I was mad. I was mad that she didn't show up. And I was at New Year's Eve by myself because I depended on Thai girl to show up. But she was with the other motherfucker that was sub 5 that had more money than me, bro. And that's why I say, guys, man, you get your money right, bro, you win, man. Don't matter if the other guy's better looking, she gonna go with the money, bro. I mean, you got some females that'll go with guys who are better looking over the money, but there's tons of women out there that will go over, that will go over looks than money. I mean, they'll pick money over looks. You feel what I'm saying? Just like Thai girl did. She left me hanging, bro. She let me bust nuts, and I didn't eat it from the back, but she let me bust nuts inside the coochie, raw. And every time I was about to come, I was like, oh shit, babe, I'm about to come. Bust nuts inside the coochie. She let me stay inside, man. You feel what I'm saying? Cause she got respect for my genetics like that. And at the time, I think I was like 34. Oh, no, I was 37. And I was on the enhancements, bro. And that's when, women was digging me, man. When you at low percentage body fat, it's a different world with women. You feel me? It's a different world with women. Women, if you at low percentage body fat and they're attracted to you, they ain't gonna want you to wear a condom. They're gonna let you come inside. Like, I want to get pregnant by this guy. This guy's fucking This guy's gorgeous. You feel me? You know, this guy. Yeah. What's up with it? What's up with it? That's your hoe. I wish she was my hoe, but she never stuck around, bro. She showed me a picture of the sub five dude that allowed her. You feel me? I mean, she showed me a picture of the dude, bro. I was upset. You know, I'm like, you leaving me for this dude right here that's 10 years older and sub five? The guy had more money than me. Yeah, I was better looking than him. Yeah, but she was looking for some guy to take care of her, bro. And let me tell you, when I was hanging out with Sub Five, I mean, what am I saying, Sub Five? When I was hanging out with Thai girl, bro, I was busting nuts inside the cooch twice every time I went in there. Like I would bust nuts from the back, and then I bust nuts from the front, like one time. Like at the time I was 37, so I had at least 2 nuts for her. You know, I would bust it from the back, and I would tell her straight up before I had nutted inside her cooch. I was like, I'm about to come inside your cooch. She was like, go ahead, come inside me, baby. And I said, fuck. Oh, just nutted all inside her cooch, bro. And then I waited, you know, at the time I'm 37, so I waited about 10 minutes. You feel me? You know, I'm telling you guys all the juicy secrets and shit. I waited about 10 or 15 minutes, you know, took my time off a little bit, and I started building up you know, some more juices. I started building up some more juices, and then I went inside again, and I came inside her cooch again, bro, twice in a row. But at the same time, I was on enhancement, so I wasn't gonna get her pregnant, bro. But I was getting emotionally attached to like Thai girl because I was nutting inside her coochie raw, so I was getting attached to Thai girl, man. And I was very upset and very disappointed that we didn't spend New Year's Eve together, man. I was so mad that Thai girl, you know, she just disappeared into thin air, bro. Like, I wouldn't forgive her right now, man. I'd be like, you know what? Go with your sub five, dude. Go with the guy that got more money than me. Go with him. I wouldn't even like, even if she called me up and said she was sorry about doing that, I'd be like, no, I don't forgive you. I'm sorry. You really let me down. The only way you gotta spend, you know, New Year's Eve with me this year or some shit. You know, other than that, it's like, no, cause you really let me down, and that's not cool for you to fucking tell me that we gonna spend New Year's Eve together and you don't show up, and I had to spend, you know, the New Year's by myself and walking across the street to a nice hotel that I rented with $200 in my pocket. I rented that hotel, bro, and she never showed up, bro. She never showed up. I rented that hotel with my own money, bro. I must have had spent at least $300 that night. You feel me? And I'm upset. I've been upset for a very long time. Like, how could like a female that I was nutting inside of and gave all the juices from my body to her body, how could she just leave me hanging like that, bro? You know what I'm saying? For real, like, after I got done having sex with her, I'm like, look, I want you to come to the New Year's Eve party. And this is around maybe November, the end of November or some shit like that. The end of November, and I wanted to share my time with her on New Year's Eve, but and she ghosted me. I think I tried to call her like around, it was around like maybe like a week before New Year's Eve. It was a little bit after Christmas. So I got on the phone and I was like, hey, babe, cause I'm calling her babe, cause I'm nutting inside this female. I'm thinking she cool. And And I'm like, babe, I can't wait to see you New Year's Eve. I rented this hotel across the street from this bar that I know. We got free entry because I knew the security. Um, and you guys know who the free security is, right? Right? You know who the motherfucker that I've been hanging out with. The Arabic Chad, okay? So the Arabic Chad gave me free entry into the fucking like bar, and it had a band and they had hip hop playing and everything, bro. And I had to go there by myself, bro, because she stood me up. I was so mad. I wanted to go beat up the dude that took her from me. I was like, hold on, man, hold on, bro. You're gonna take Thai girl away from me, bro. I'm gonna fuck you up. And I said, no, let that shit go, bro. She's just a hoe, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And I let my juices, and when you're having unprotected sex with somebody, man, a part of you go inside of them, man. What time is it? Anyway, let's go up inside Starbucks. Let's plug in, bro. Let's plug in real quick. What's up with it, Joey Fingers? Are you still here, bro? We got DeAndre, making all the comments. And she never showed up, man. I was so brokenhearted, bro. And then later on, she popped back up, maybe like after New Year's Eve. I think maybe she popped up like around like spring, maybe like April, and then we started seeing each other again. And then she disappeared again. I was just so dumbfounded, bro. Like, why would she disappear after we've been having unprotected sex? I'm busting nuts inside the cooch again. We hook up again around spring, and I'm busting nuts inside the cooch with no condom on, and she disappears again. So I left it alone. I was like, no, you're not gonna like fucking like do me again. You left me stranded on New Year's Eve, and you want me to like, no. I stopped calling her after a while, bro. I switched my phone number. I was like, no, I don't want this no more. Be plugging in real quick. What's up with it? The Joey Fingers is he laughing his butt off, man. Joey, he laughing, bro. LOL. So I was very disappointed, man. You know, Thai girl, she was looking for the best option. You feel what I'm saying? You know. Go to Fing 3 or 4 and hit the blade or whatever. DeAndre is saying that's your hoe. I'm like, no, it's not, bro. You know, that's not my girl, man. Somebody else, that's somebody else's, man. That's not mine. You feel me? Eat it from the back. Hey, I wish I could. I did my share of eating it from the back. I have did, yes. Yes, I have did my share. Joey Fingerless, you a fool, bro. You know what? Joey Six is a life of the party, man. You gotta give it to him, man. This guy is funny as hell, bro. With Beetle B in the house. What's up with the Beetle B? Still here, man. Stay strong, bro. I'm trying, man. That's why I stopped dating after a while, man. I felt like I had butterfingers. I would run into a female that was like, uh, just she would just disappear, man. Every single time I would find a female, she would slip through my fingers like butter, man. I stopped. That's the reason why I stopped dating, man. I said focus on the money, man. And then when you get the money, guaranteed, bro, you're gonna have a lot more success. And women are not gonna be close to, you know, they're not gonna be like, you know, they're not gonna be so goddamn like quick to like ghost you if you're worth something. That's one thing you guys remember I was out there using enhancements, bringing my body fat percentage down low, doing the pickup art, and wearing a whole lot of jewelry and shit like that to try to get attention. And a lot of the stuff, it did work for only a little bit, man. After a while, it's not gonna work no more after that. Once they find out who you really are, man, they ain't gonna, nah. Yeah. You know, as you get older, it gets harder to attract women. So back then, man, that was like before the pandemic, and I was better looking. I think so before the pandemic, and this is about 7 years ago, man. So in the last 7 years, I guarantee right now, man, it has gotten a lot harder to attract women. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not pulling them like I did when I was in my 20s and 30s, but I'm not doing the same thing. Yeah, I'm trying to work out and still, you know, attract, but it's not the same, bro. I just looked at a 4-year younger picture of myself just recently today, and I was like, oh God, I'm so like not looking like I was 4 years ago. Remember that? What was it? Remember? Remember that video? Remember that? Damn, I can't even talk right now. You know, remember TJ Muscle? That video, the channel that I made was a TJ Muscle. Remember that video channel that I made, Real Streets? That was about 4 years ago, bro. And I look back at those videos, and I'm like, damn, I was better looking 4 years ago, bro. Like, than I am now. This is serious. So I start focusing more on the money because I know my looks are leaving, bro. I know my looks are leaving. I know I'm not going to be able to attract women with just looks for the rest of my life. And I know that it is not cool to do that. You know? Let me get some food, man. I just bought a sandwich. It gets harder and harder every year, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Some of these grandmas are looking good nowadays, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Some of these some of these grandmas that are in their 50s, man, they looking pretty good at this point. Feel me? I've been working out, losing that body fat percentage. Yeah, it gets harder exactly to the beat. It gets harder every single day that goes by. It does. That's why we gotta focus on the money, man. Them looks are leaving, bro. I was totally better looking 4 years ago. Shit. Today I saw a video of myself 4 years ago. I'm like, 4 years ago, I was fine. Them looks are leaving, man. They leaving slowly but surely. That's why we gotta have money, man. Them looks leave, man. It so does. Tony Montana. Tony Montana. 'Cause I'm 55 and I can still get a young fatty. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can. I can too. I'm 45, man. I can still get a young fat woman, brother. Because you are above them. If you're not fat, they consider you above them. Best believe that. If you're not a fat person and you run up on a female that's fat, it's a lot easier to get them. Trust me. Because fat women see skinny men above them, bro. Jamie, man, I'm still blessed to still have my good looks, but it won't last forever. I will enjoy good looks while you have it. Yeah, you got to. Like Jamie, you in your 30s, so you still young, man. A guy that's 32, 33, that's young. You got a better chance with women, especially if they're young, man, at 32, 33. The younger you are, bro, the better you do with younger females. The older you are, the worse you would do unless you have a lot of money. That's why I'm preparing for my older years, man. So I can still continue to attract young females even though I'm like old or whatever. You know? If I'm in my 50s and 60s, I'll still be able to attract them young. Because as the years go by, bro, it gets harder, man. My homeboy told me that a while back. He was like, "Yep, it's gonna get harder every single day after 25." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, every day after 25, it gets harder. It gets harder to attract 22, 23-year-old women. The downhill slope starts at 25 for men." Sorry, I'm burping and shit. I just had a sandwich. Every year that goes by past 25, it gets harder and harder because the body starts to die at 25. Remember that. So life is short. Life is short. You know. So then after that, man, you know, when you get older, man, your looks lead, man. You still got money to attract them. That's why I say you young guys, you gotta prep for those years, man, to come around. And it depends. It depends on what you're doing. You know, it depends what you're doing, bro. You know, if you out there getting money and being part of the music industry, and if you out there trying to become a millionaire, it's gonna benefit you once you get to be 50 and 60. Because once you get to be 50 and 60, you ain't gonna attract them young females like you used to, bro. I don't care if you a Chad or a Tyrone. It's just like once your looks are gone, they're gone, and then you have money to attract them. Remember, you don't stay young and youthful forever, bro. Eventually, your youth will pass. I wish I was in my 30s right now, and them 30s are gone. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know, them 30s, man, I was even 4 years ago, I look back today, remember that channel I started, was it Real Streets? Remember that Real Streets channel I started? I look back at my 4 year younger self and I was like, damn, I look a lot better than I did right now. I'm like, I ain't got a whole lot of time on this earth. You feel me? You know, them days are gone. They're leaving, bro. Time is ticking. For real. You start realizing that, and then as you get older, it gets hard to attract. I know that for a fact. I don't think I will see her again. Who? Facts. Today I had a young looking woman, slim, cute looking, approaching me asking for transit direction. And I was fully attired with full bus driver uniform. And I don't think I will see her again. He said, my boy, Alabama, Black Snake, he's in his 70s and 80s, and he looks good and still able to get younger females. Yeah, younger females may be younger than him, but not a 20-something-year-old female. If once you hit 70 and 80, you consider disgusting to them, bro. You know, you're not. There's nowhere in the world a man is gonna get a female that's. I swear, bro. You know, I'm still able to attract young females at my age, man. I'm not totally invisible to all young females. I'm not. Especially me having muscle and stuff like that. But it's just every year that goes by, it's getting tougher. That's my main thing. I mean, yeah, can you attract them? At the same time, bro, you're asking yourself, can you attract them? At the same time, can you keep them? That's the question. You can attract them, but can you keep them around? And can you no longer have droughts? A man in his 50s nowadays will have long droughts. And no matter how much you keep his body in shape, you can still gonna have droughts. My main thing is to make sure you don't have the droughts. You know, yeah, you can attract them, but can you keep them around long term? Uh, can you make sure you're not having droughts? Because men don't like having droughts. I don't have like having droughts. When you lose a girlfriend, you gotta work hard to get another one. I don't like that. I'm not saying that you don't look good 54, 55, but I'm saying as you get older without money, it gets harder to get young females. And as we get older, we still like young females no matter how much or what we do in life. We still like young females. I'm not saying that you're not able to attract young females. What I'm saying is that you want to be able to attract young females your whole entire life as you're living here on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Guaranteed, even if you like are taking care of yourself, you're eating good, and you exercise and stuff like that. But you got to realize that every single year that goes by for you, it gets harder to get young females every year that goes by. I don't care how good you take care of yourself. I don't care how healthy you are. Your years is your years, and you don't have a whole lot of years on this planet. So the best thing you could do is get money, so that way you'll never have a whole lot of droughts, shit like that. You know, yeah, eat the bag from the back. You can take care of yourself all you want to, man. But as you get older, it gets harder to get young females. There's no doubt about that. And too many guys are going overseas, man, lately. That's what I've been hearing. A lot of guys, they're going overseas, getting food by young females, man. And they want it to be real so bad. They're going overseas just being a simp and paying for everything, man, because they're so lonely, and they're in their 50s and 60s, just wanting it to be love so bad between her and him. You know, she's in her 20s, he's in his 50s, and they go out there and they get treated so badly, or they get treated goodly until they flash out that cash and pay for everything. You know, a lot of guys have been tricked into buying businesses overseas, and once the female get the business from him, you know, she kick him to the curb like he's an empty potato chip bag or some shit like that. And I've been hearing stories of that, of guys so goddamn like desperate. They're in their 50s and shit, man. You feel me? Because I plan to go to Thailand and shit like that. So I've been watching a lot of videos of guys just getting used and abused by young females. And these guys actually these guys actually think that these young females are really in love with them. And so what they do is they spend some of their life savings or all their life savings on a business that they've been wanting. And you know, these females would be like, oh, you know, there's a business I want to buy that only costs like 20 grand. You know, and he's an old geezer. He got like 20 grand stashed somewhere. Or maybe he got more than that. And he'll be like, oh, okay, well, I got 20 grand on it. Let's start a business here in Thailand. We'll put everything in your name. And she'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe you did this. So she'll give them some sunshine, young pussy. And he'll be like, yeah, I'll put everything in your name, and we can start a family, we can start life together. The moment, for some reason, the moment, uh, the moment she get him to do that, all of a sudden she don't need him no more. These guys are broken hearted. Like, I thought she really loved me. That's the reason why I spent all that money on that business. We were supposed to start a business together, and she did me in because these guys are so desperate for love and companionship. You know what I'm saying? That they're willing to spend some of their what they call it, spend some of their fucking life savings in order to keep this woman happy. You know, let me tell you something real quick, bro. In the last quarter of your life is when you're gonna be the most desperate. I'm gonna keep that a book. You know, in the last quarter from 60 to 80 is when you're gonna be craving like love, like because you're in the last quarter of your life. That's why you see a lot of guys that are younger, or sorry, not younger, but a lot of guys who are older, they're the biggest simps because they're in the last quarter of their life. And they're looking for love really hard. So they're spending all their money to like keep her around, man. Like, can you imagine being the last quarter of your life with nobody around you, and you're like desperate to keep this woman around? Because when we get to be 50 and 60, we still attracted to young females. It don't matter. You know. But the older guys, I'm gonna straight up tell you, straight up, yeah, we in the simp culture. You feel what I'm saying, Jamie? But the older guys are the worst simps because they're in the last quarter of their life. And you got passport bros that are like desperate too. These females, they see you as a lick out there. You know. A MGTOW monk, man, that is coping. Anytime you turn into a MGTOW monk, that's a cope to me, man. You turn into a MGTOW monk, that's coping, bro. You're struggling. That's why I say you gotta get the bag while you're young. So that way when you get older, for some reason you can still keep them women around even though you're old and stuff. Look at Diddy, the guy in his 50s, still attracted young Miami, bro. Young Miami is fine as fuck. I would love to eat that from the back. I would love to eat that from the back. Young Miami, come here, girl. Just eat it up from the back. But because he got all that money, bro, like, he was able to keep her around and attract her, bro. Like, that's what you want to be when you get to be 50, like something. You don't want to be living in no car or broke at 50, bro. You know, you want to be having women around you, man. I think a lot of guys, they think ahead. They're like, man, I don't want to be old and broke, man. I'm going to do this right now, so I won't be old and broke. Because it's worse to be old and broke out here in these streets. You're just old for no apparent reason. You know? So to a lot of women, they make a mistake by rejecting me because I believe I'm a future millionaire. You feel me? I feel like I'm a future millionaire. So they make a mistake. Like, oh man, I never had turned him down. He's a future millionaire. You know. That's why people need to work on themselves and try to improve themselves. Yeah, because you don't want to be old and broke and alone, bro. That's what happens to men when they don't get their money together when they're young, bro. They're old, broke, and alone, man. I'm gonna keep that a bug. You ain't got no looks, you ain't got no money, man. It's like it's a death sentence, bro. You ain't got no looks, you ain't got no money. No, it's finished for you, man. You ain't got no looks, nothing. You need to be able to attract a woman in your life at all fucking ages, man. You know? Females want to start families with around guys their age realistically. Yeah, they do. But you can manipulate the situation when you got a lot of money. So you got your money together, bro. It'll make them be like, oh, okay, this guy, he's an exception to the rule. And I always tell guys, what's up with it, man? You know, I always tell guys, be the exception to the rule. Don't be the old guy that they talking about. Oh well, I don't want to. He's too old, or I don't want to mess with him. No, be that guy that's old and the exception to the rule. You know what I'm saying? Be the exception to the rule. You feel me? Be the guy. Oh, I don't want to sleep with him. But he got that money, so I'm gonna get with him because he got that bread. Oh, shit. What time is it, man? It's time to get up out of here, bro. Unless you can afford a hire chef and a butler and a cleaning crew and a medic team, it don't matter. I mean, nobody wants to be alone in their final stages of their life. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you don't want to be that person that's alone in the final stages of your life, bro. That's the horrible way to die, man. It's to be alone. Really? Except it's over for incels. Well, if you work on getting that money, you won't be an incel your whole entire life. That's why I say, man, let it be only a certain amount of time that you're an incel. If you're an incel, you need to be working your way out of inceldom. That's all I gotta say. Work. That's all I gotta say, man. Become a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? I'm working my way out of my situation. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be here my whole entire life. You feel me? facts, Hellcat, and stop the hamster wheel. Yes. Like, you gotta understand when you're going after your dreams, bro, you stopping the hamster wheel right there. Let's say you want to become an actor and you're pursuing it on a day-to-day basis. You're stopping the hamster wheel right there. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be on a hamster wheel for the rest of their life, bro. Nobody. I'm chasing my dreams and goals right now. Yeah, you're supposed to, bro. And don't quit. Eventually, you'll reach your goals if you're passionate about what you're doing, man. Eventually, you'll reach those goals, bro. Look, only the guys at the end, man, who make the most money, they're the ones who are going to see their dreams come true, man. The guys who are out there hustling every single day, you know, they're the ones who are going to make the dreams come true, man. If you ain't doing nothing, if you ain't trying to do nothing, man, you're gonna end up being broken alone. That's why I try to tell men, like, straight up, like, bro, like, just give a part of your life to, like, your goals and dreams and shit, man. Like, so you won't be alone for the rest of your life. I'm talking about dudes who are incel, guys who can't get women at all. I'm talking about guys, and I'm telling them straight up, like, don't spend your life doing nothing, you know. Don't spend your life doing nothing at all. It's like, that's a death sentence, man. Feel me? Get rich or die trying. Yeah, exactly. Like, pick a goal. You know, some of you guys, man, I advise you to go after the acting career, because then you can become a big actor in Hollywood and you'll have status and money at the same time. So in order for you to become an actor, you must start getting online and start looking for, like, acting gigs. You know, start looking for what they call it. Start looking for acting gigs. Start looking for, you know, just places where you can, like, have an acting career. You feel what I'm saying? Hollywood, start, like, getting online, looking for, like, what they call it, like I said, man, start looking for, like, acting careers. Get online, look for acting gigs. Whatever that leads to acting, and you pursue it with a passion, man. Start practicing acting and take acting classes and stuff like that, man. Make an effort, you know what I'm saying, towards your goal, right? You know what I'm saying? Start acting. Start, like, becoming a bad guy or a good guy. You know, start going to auditions. They got them online. You guys, I keep telling you, if you get online, you'll see auditions to play all kinds of roles. All you gotta do is say, you know what? Oh no, I can do that. I can play that role. to be a bad guy or a good guy, you know, or just a stupid guy, you know what I'm saying? Start getting online, you know, and start, you know, applying for auditions, you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of opportunity out there. You just got to work hard and, you know what I'm saying, and keep going toward there. My thing is, I'm not acting. I'm chasing jackpots. You feel what I'm saying? Acting is not my thing. Chasing jackpots, that's my thing. For some of you guys, all you gotta do is find a love for acting. You know, go out there and start pretending pretend to cry or something. Or practice acting. Or practice being mad and sad. You know what I'm saying? That's all you do is just practice, man. Practice being the villain. Practice being the bad guy. You feel me? You know. And then get good at it. You feel me? You know. Get real good at it. Be the best that you can be at it. And then keep going and don't stop. Keep going. Keep on signing for acting gigs. You feel me? Keep on like wanting to be that actor, that big actor that you have always been. You feel what I'm saying? You know, practice. Keep going and excel at it. Eventually you'll learn a big role. I guarantee, bro. You feel me? You'll end up, you know, you'll land that big role. Because a lot of guys, they don't think they can do it. But I'm like, yeah, you can do it with practice and persistence. You'll do it. You'll be able to do it. I'm sorry, I'm burping and shit. You know, start pursuing that acting career, man. Look at like Denzel Washington, bro. Like his biggest roles was in Hollywood, bro. I mean, goddamn, like, bro, Denzel Washington. I mean, in Training Day, bro, he didn't even like. In Training Day, he didn't even like. He didn't even try hard. All that shit was like freestyled. I mean, it wasn't even in the script. That Training Day, oh, you motherfuckers, huh? You think you think you could do this shit? Hey, Jay, you think you could do this shit? You motherfuckers been playing basketball in Pelican Bay. When I'm finished with you, shoe program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man in this piece. You'll never see the light of day. Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here. That shit was freestyle off the top of the dome, bro. None of that shit was in the script. But because he was creative and it came from the top of his dome, it went into the script. They said, fuck that, we gonna keep it, man. That was a really good acting because he was creative like that. And he always stuck to acting throughout Denzel Washington's career. He stuck to it. He never quit. Even when he was good at it, he kept on wanting more. And that's why he's able to, you know, settle down with his wife right now. He's not with a young female. He's with some females around his age right now. As a matter of fact, she's older than him, the female that he got right now, man. But, you know, but it was the fact that he was out there doing the best that he could, man. And, you know, he kept pursuing whatever he was trying to pursue, like the acting career. He kept doing that, man. I mean, he had a passion about it. And that's why he was so successful, because he kept on chasing it, even though, you know, it didn't benefit him right then and there. But he kept pursuing it. He kept pursuing it. He kept pursuing it. He kept pursuing it. And eventually he got his big break. And then after he got his big break, he kept pursuing it again. He kept on making more money. He kept on reaching heights. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? He never stopped. You know, I don't think he's acting no more. He's like 70 now, man. But his whole entire life he dedicated to like his craft. He dedicated that shit to his career. Like me, if I would have like never stopped music, I would have been had made a hit by now, and I wouldn't be struggling right now. But because I decided to quit, I paid for it in the long run. You feel what I'm saying? So my thing is never quit what you're doing. Keep on pushing more and you know, uh, keep on, pushing you feel me? Like keep on pushing to get better at what you do and ask questions and be humble and learn all you can learn about the art form. You know, you know, the reason why Diddy was so successful, he said it himself. He was like, learn about the art form and what you're doing. Be humble. Diddy was a humble dude starting off in the music industry, bro. He didn't come out thinking that he knew everything, bro. He was asking a bunch of questions, and he studied the art form of music, bro. That's the reason why he brought the hits that you love today. The reason why he became who he wanted to become is because he was a humble dude coming up in the game, bro. You know, all them songs like Last Night with Keisha Coles and I Need a Girl, all this songs. You feel me? Like, you know, because he studied the art form. It's like music, bro. You gotta study the art form of music if you want to be successful. And then you gotta be really humble and come in and ask all kinds of questions. Let me tell you something. Being big-headed and think that you know everything about your art form, you won't be successful at it, bro. Being humble is the best way to go. That's one thing I learned, bro. Being a student first before you become a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Learn all you can learn about acting and the music career and stuff. Ask a bunch of questions from people who know the game, man. Get some mentors. Diddy, he had a bunch of mentors, bro. Like, he didn't come in the game with a bunch just by himself, man. The dude had mentors. Was it Andre Harrell? That was his mentor right there. You know. So once you start studying your art form, the more successful you'll become at it. Now, some of you guys want to become actors and stuff like that. You got to study the art form of acting, start asking questions, and start really getting to the roots of acting. If you want to become part of the music industry, you got to start acting. You just got to start, digging deep and start asking questions and reading books about music and shit like this. It'll feed your brain full of knowledge, so that way you'll be able to be more successful in the future. Because right now your brain don't know nothing about what you're chasing. So the more you figure out the money and shit like that, once you start figuring out what you're chasing and you know all about what you're chasing, the more successful you become. Meaning that you gotta read and study the art form of music before you become successful at it. Because you're not gonna become successful thinking you know everything. That's one thing when I was coming up in music, I thought I knew everything about music. I thought I was able to like rock the crowds and But I didn't know nothing about music. Now that I think back, I'm like, damn, I really didn't know nothing about music. I did all that stupid shit for no apparent reason. If I was involved in music right now, I'll be asking a ton of questions and trying to learn everything that I could learn about music before I become successful at it. I would have been more humble. I would have been more just maybe more strategic. I would have been asking all kinds of questions like, man, how do you do this? How do you do that? How do you make people feel a certain way in your song? You feel what I'm saying? Like, how do you make the boost? I mean, how do you make the goosebumps like stand up on somebody's like fucking arm? You know, and Diddy said it himself, bro. Like the making in the band episode where he was talking about a certain artist, the way a certain artist can like make the crowd feel a certain way is when they sing or whatever, and then you get goosebumps. That's when you know you got something. That's why he knew, you know, Mary J. You know, Mary J. who came out with Real Love. That was Diddy's first hit, by the way. If you guys don't know, that was Diddy's first hit. He produced Real Love with Mary J. Blige. That was his first hit. Bruh, I done studied, I done read books and everything. And Diddy, that was his first hit. The record companies didn't want to have nothing to do with Mary J. Blige. But Diddy said, you know what, I'll do something with it. I can see the talent. You record companies can't see the talent, but I can see the talent. And they produced Real Love with Mary J. Blige. Her and Diddy was behind that shit, bro. It became #1. Real Love by Mary J. Blige and Diddy behind the scenes became #1. The record companies didn't want to have nothing to do with her. They didn't think she was talented, but he saw it. And that's all that mattered. And what happened? The record companies was wrong, bro. You feel me? You know? And that shit reached #1 for weeks, Real Love, okay? So, anything is possible, bro, as long as you study the art form and be about your business and you can make things work for yourself, bro. You gotta put in the work. Like some of you guys, you want to become an actor? Okay, well, study acting. Get into the movie thing. Start working. Like what's his name said? Like Russell Simmons said, man, just do the work. Don't trip about the time going by. Just do the work. Don't worry about it. Just do the work. That's what Russell Simmons said in his book. I read Russell Simmons' book too, back when I was doing music. Matter of fact, I think once I get a bag, I'm gonna get back into music again and see what my knowledge can do, man. Because I got a lot of knowledge in music. I just lost my music equipment at the time, so I got a lot of knowledge with music. Cause I read books like Jermaine Dupri's book. He was always talking about setting trends and all the other shit, man. Like being different and all the other shit. He was talking about Chris Cross, how like, you know, Chris Cross was coming into the game and they were trying to be different, you know, turning their clothes around to the back and shit like that. That was Jermaine Dupri's idea, bro. He said, man, I'm gonna turn Chris Cross clothes to the back and we're gonna take them into the public and see how they react to that shit. That was the most beautiful, that was brilliant. The most brilliant shit in the world, bro. Because that became their trademark. Turning their clothes to the back. Not eating it from the back, but turning their clothes to the back was their trademark. It was their signature. You know what I'm saying? When you think about clothes being turned around to the back, you think about Chris Cross. So he said, man, I'm gonna take them out into public with their clothes turned around backwards and see how the public react to their shit. That's what Jermaine Dupri said, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then he produced who else? He produced TLC. And he was telling T-Boz, like, look, keep your voice deep because nobody's out there. They're not doing nothing like that out there right now. The T-Boz, he was the one to tell T-Boz to keep her voice deep because she was singing at a high pitch at first. He was like, no, keep your voice deep because nobody's doing that right now in the music industry right now. Nobody's got their voice all deep like that. So when you hear TLC and you got T-Boz with her voice, baby, it's yours, I'm yours. If you want it tonight, I give you the red light special all through the night. Baby, it's yours. That's T-Boz, right? Jermaine Dupri was like, no, keep your voice low because nobody's doing that right now. He was all about being different. I read books like that, bro. I read so many books. But the moment my music equipment got stolen from me, so all my knowledge and stuff that I got right now, I never got to implement it into music because when that happened, my music equipment, the money that I had got stolen. So I'm thinking maybe if I get my music back, or if I get a bag of a few $1,000,000, I can invest that into music and take the knowledge that I have read from the books and implement it through the music industry. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a lot of knowledge in music, man. I just didn't get a chance to use it because my music equipment got stolen and I quit. So I'm like, okay, all the books that I read, Jermaine Dupri, Russell Simmons, okay, who else did I read? I read the music in the industry book. I read tons of books. They was all about talking about being different, but not going too far left field though. But being different with your own flavor. Jermaine Dupri, he produced Jagged Edge, TLC. Like I said, he produced Criss Cross. Who was it? Was it Jagged Edge, Criss Cross, TLC? Who else? I think it was Little Bow Wow. Yeah, he produced Little Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? So I followed that guy, bro. And Jermaine Dupri was very short, so he had to become successful in the music industry. Very short guy and very sub-5 guy. You feel me? Anyway, let's get out of here, man. It's time to go. Let's get up out of here. Yeah. So by the time I read all that knowledge off the books, my music equipment got stolen. I gave up. You feel me? So I'm like, damn. Let me put my knowledge to work, because you know why you think Diddy and Jermaine Dupri and Timberland and all them niggas became successful in the music industry? Because they read books and they studied the art form, man, of what they was doing. So like I said, man, if you're going after acting, like read books, man. Sit time out. Get on the. I don't care if you're not reading books. Get online and find information about acting and shit like that, and be a student of the game. Nobody starts out being a teacher. When you start out, be a student and learn all you can learn about the field that you're in. It's like becoming a doctor or a lawyer. Man, you gotta do a whole lot of studying and learn all this you can learn in your field. It's the same thing with music. It's the same fucking shit. Be a student. I remember when I was in Capoeira, bro, and I thought I knew everything. I stopped learning. Man, I started getting my ass kicked by students that started like after me, like people who had less experience, and I was getting my ass kicked. Why? Because I stopped learning. I stopped becoming a student of the game. And you got people who started like after you, like you got like 3 years or 4 years more of experience. You feel me? I'm like, why am I gonna get my ass kicked by motherfuckers who started 3 years after me? Because you stop learning. You're not humble. You're not willing to learn more. You know what I'm saying? It's all about willing to learn more in whatever field that you're in, whether it's martial arts or acting or becoming a doctor or a lawyer. It's all about just learning, and learning more and learning more and learning. You in the music industry, you better learn everything that there is to learn in the music industry, bro. You better be a student sitting there taking notes and shit. Just learning. How can I be successful in the music? Learn. And then when you come into, let me tell you something, and this is something that I learned over time. When you come into the game thinking that you know everything, bro, that's when you have already failed, bro. You come in, you feel what I'm saying? You come in being a fucking goddamn student of the game. You feel what I'm saying? You don't come in as a teacher, you come in as a student, learning all you can learn. And I remember I used to see cats pass me up, bro, because I thought I had the game figured out. You feel me? When I was doing Capoeira, I had motherfuckers that came in being students. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I'm a big shit. My skills are okay. And then when it came to like getting graduated, I got held back like twice. Why? Because I stopped learning, bro. And I thought I had the game figured out, and I thought I was a mestre already. My master was like, no, we're not gonna graduate you right now. I'm like, why? I'm pissed off that he didn't give me my belt to be green or green, blue, or whatever. Because at the time I was blue. At the time I was blue. And I want to get to that green cord, the blue belt, and then my mestre didn't graduate me, and I didn't ask him why. But he told me, he was like, well, you don't have enough You don't have enough flexibility. Your kicks are bent. You don't have that. I'm like, how come you didn't tell me, like, before the Batizado what I needed to? I got mad at my mestre, man. I'm like, how come you didn't tell me before the graduation what I needed to fix? Like, at least 6 months, you could have told me, like, look, you don't got no flexibility. You need to work on your flexibility. You know, when you ain't got no flexibility in martial art, you can't kick. You know, your kicks are not fast. And your kicks look sloppy. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So he waited. I hate that motherfucker, bro. He waited until I got right to the batizado to tell me what I needed to fix. Because the other mestre from Brazil, you know, they don't play, man. They all about capoeira, man. And they come out of nowhere. They said, well, what about microphone? What about microphone? Because my name was Microfono in capoeira. And what about microphone? What about him? Oh, he don't have enough flexibility. I could have worked on that like 6 months or even 3 months before the batizado. I got mad. But because I was so big-headed and so non-humble, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that I needed flexibility to make my kicks look good and sharp. And you do. You need flexibility to make your kicks look good and sharp. And you need flexibility to kick a motherfucker in the mouth if you need to. If you ain't got if you're not flexible, your kick's gonna look sloppy and you're gonna look horrible. And I didn't know that as a young guy, and I was so not humble. But my thing is, whatever art form that you enter, come in with an open mind to learn. That's all it is. If you're trying to become an actor, come in with an open mind to learn. And when you come in with an open mind to learn, that's when you'll fucking be successful, bro. Because trust me, bro, I got a lot of experience, man. I did a lot of wrong things in the past. And I should have been out here learning instead of being like, yeah, I know everything about this art form. I'm a mestre. I'm a master. You know, I'm this. I'm big in that. You know, I'm this. Before you know it, some of the motherfuckers who came in being students and continue to be a student will come in and kick your fucking ass. Even though you started before them. I remember motherfuckers who started like 3 years after me, bro. I had 3 years over them in experience, 3 years. And then as the years went by, they started passing me up. Why? Because they remained students, and I thought I was the shit. I thought I knew everything. Before you know it, they sweeping me, they tagging me in the holder, kicking me in the elbows. And I'm like, how could this be? I'm like, how can a motherfucker that I got 3 years experience more than him come in and kick my fucking ass? It's because I stopped becoming a student. I stopped learning. I thought I knew everything. You feel what I'm saying? I thought I knew everything about the art form. No, I didn't, bro. Now that I think back, I was like, God damn, I should have been more humble. Come in asking questions. How can I get this done? How can I do this? If I want to become an actor, I'll go in asking a whole lot of questions like, damn, how can I make acting more real? How can I be more sad when it's time to be sad? How can I be more mad when it's time to be mad? How did this character feel? Is he upset? Is he sad? Is he lonely? How can I match this character? What's up, man? How you doing, bro? Yeah, see you tomorrow, bro. How can I match this person's, how does he feel? Is he lonely? Is he sad? Is he mad? Is he a gangster? How can I match this person? This character that I'm working on right now. How can I match him? So, well, he's a sad, lonely guy. Okay, well, you're going to have to focus on being sad and lonely. Just focus on being sad and lonely when you're acting. Like, I'm sad, I'm lonely, I'm tired, you know, or some angry gang member that's out of control, and you be angry and gang, just be a gang member, like motherfucker, I'm West Side, and you know what I'm saying, I'm a Crip, you know what I'm saying, I'm a Blood, and I'm out of control, I'm a act like I'm angry and out of control, you feel what I'm saying? That's what Tupac had said. He said, man, the key to acting, you gotta ask questions on how this character that you're portraying is real. How does the character feel like? That's what Tupac was saying. Tupac was like, how does this character Lucky from Poetic Justice, how does he feel? How is it? You know, how the character. So they'll tell you like, well, you know what, this character is like this, so that means you gotta act like that character in the movie. I mean, damn, a lot of you guys who are lonely, go start looking for lonely roles. I'm just giving you guys some advice. A lot of you guys are lonely, you ain't had a woman and stuff like that for a while. Go to acting, start acting in some of the movies that I'm looking for a lonely character role. You know what I'm saying? It's online. All you gotta do is fucking like type in movie roles, acting, and they'll be like, there's a whole lot of like acting roles available for this motherfucker right here. That's, you know, all kinds of acting roles out there, bro. All kinds of movie roles out there, bro, for motherfuckers, bro. How does this character feel? How can I like portray this character, or, you know what I'm saying, and get into the drums and start reading the script. Like, okay, how does this character? My thing is, I'm not chasing the movie role, guys. I'm chasing the jackpot. So I'm saying, for some of you guys who want to enroll in movies, you look for characters that fit your lifestyle. Let's say you're a lonely character that wants to fall in love. Start reading, you know, scripts on motherfuckers who want to fall in love and be with a woman and shit, you know what I'm saying? And be like, you know what, I'm gonna read the script. Okay, this character, you know, he's lonely, he ain't found a woman in a while, and okay, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read this character. I'm gonna be this character right here. Like me, I can like the Karate Kid or whatever, bro. I can like relate to that type of shit, bro. Like, I can be in that movie, bro. Like, if there was a new Karate Kid that was 45 years old, you feel me? I would be in that movie quick. I'd be like, oh shit, that's my shit. I'm gonna be this character real quick, man, because I know what it's like, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I know what it's like. He said, eat success from the back. You crazy, bro. I don't think Joey Fingless is here anymore, man. But you can substitute for him, though. Like I said, man, it's like what I was saying. Like, shit, like, whatever character they want you to play, bro. Like, and then you gotta keep trying until you get your foot in the door. That's the hard part. And the thing is, you show up to every single audition just hoping to get your foot in the door. And eventually, bro, if they like you in Hollywood, you'll get your foot in the door, man. Depending on what roles you're playing, I suggest you play a role that relates to you, how you feel. Remember the I Am Legend? Remember when Will Smith was playing I Am Legend? Him being by himself with his dog and stuff like that? Bro, I could play that shit right now, bro. Like, that would be up my alley. If I had a role that was similar to like I Am Legend with Will Smith, with me and my dog being so lonely and stuff like that, bro, I could play that shit so fucking hard, bro. Because I've been out here by myself for a very long time. I know what it's like to be isolated, bro. I'll be like, yeah, you know, I'm playing the Will Smith movie, I Am Legend Part 2. It'll be me. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm with my dog and stuff. And I'm not used to people being around. So I'll be acting like I ain't never been around nobody. I'll be like, man, shit, I ain't never been around nobody, man. I'm not used to this. You know, remember like when I guess she was eating his Frosted Flakes or his cereal or something like that, and he didn't like that because he's not used to people coming around or eating his cereal, no homo, eating his cereal and stuff like that. He was like, I'm saving that because because he wasn't used to nobody being around him, bro. Because he's been by himself for like years and shit. And I could play a part like that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? But that's not what I'm after. I'm just trying to give some of you guys, a hint, of what to look for when you're going after the acting careers and shit like that. Go after characters that you feel closely to. A lonely villain or something. A lonely person that's been in love or been out of love or whatever. And try to act out that character, bro, because you feel closer to the character when it's similar to you or what you've been through, your life experiences. Play a love character, bro. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that was in love, that fell out of love and stuff, man. And then when it's time to act, start thinking about how you was in love at one point and how it made you feel, and then the tears will come rolling down your cheek. I guarantee, bro. Like when you act out and you feel what the character is feeling, or you're feeling like what the character is supposed to be feeling, you're gonna impress some of them movie directors, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like if it was me, like a character that was in love, or who had love in his life or whatever, or who haven't had love in his life, that would be up my alley because I haven't had a woman that was in love with me since 2017. So if I played a part like that, definitely tears is gonna come rolling down my cheek because I'm feeling what the character was supposed to feel. You know what I'm saying? So when you're going out to Hollywood or whatever, you got to choose characters that you feel like you relate to. If the character don't relate to you, bro, don't take the shit, man. Don't take the part. That's what they did with Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington would not take characters that he didn't feel comfortable playing. You know what I'm saying? Like the crooked police officer. I guess the crooked police officer and dang, I can't think of the name. I've been drinking a little bit. Shit. The crooked police officer and that movie. Damn, I can't think of the name. God damn it, shit. I've been drinking way too much. You guys know what movie I'm talking about, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he playing the crooked police officer or whatever, doing bad things and getting done wrong in the end by the guy that he was training. Oh yeah, Training Day, my bad. Training Day. He was getting done by the guy or getting set up or getting snitched on by the guy, in Training Day. So he had to become that character that got snitched on, basically, and got betrayed by the guy he was training, basically. That's why they call it Training Day. So Denzel Washington had to feel whatever the crooked cop was feeling to be betrayed by the guy he was training. Okay, you look at Denzel Washington's face when he was acting and he was getting set up at the end with the gangsters and stuff, and you can look at Denzel Washington face like, really? Are you fucking kidding me? After all I done for you, man, you know what I'm saying? He was getting betrayed by the motherfucker he was training, right? Even though, Denzel Washington, he was a crooked police officer, but the guy that he was training was a goody two shoe cop. He didn't want to do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? But Denzel Washington was all about doing dirt in the police force. You know what I'm saying? And at the end, when Denzel Washington and him got held up by those gangsters, and that the white guy was like, "You don't need this." And he took his badge or whatever. And then he walked away, and then Denzel Washington was like, "Hey, come back here. Jay, Jay, I need my money. I need my money." Hey, Jay. Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. You think you can do this shit? Jay, you think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I'm finished with you. Shoe program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man in this piece. You'll never see the light of day. Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here. That's right. Go away. Walk away. Because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me. That was the perfect fucking goddamn line or acting line right there, man. That won him Grammys all over the place because he was creative with that shit, bro. I mean, bro, so many motherfuckers used that shit on YouTube so many times. Even 50 Cent used that shit when he was talking about Rick Ross and shit. That shit was funny as hell, bro. When he was making cartoons about Rick Ross, he used that skit, bro. That shit was funny. Because Rick Ross, he was a correctional officer at one point. And he used that in a skit when he was talking about Rick Ross. That shit was funny as hell, bro. He even had Eddie Murphy, what was it, Beverly Hills Cop 2? He had that music playing in the background. Get off me, shit, bro. Fucking, get off me, fucking fly or whatever that is trying to fly on me, man. The bugs are bad in the summertime, shit. Yeah, Denzel ended up being, at the end he got killed, yep. On training day, yep. Yeah, it was a good movie because it was like the actors in it made it seem so goddamn real. It's like, you guys gotta understand, when you're going after that acting career, you gotta play characters that you can relate to. You feel what I'm saying? And then you gotta understand how that character really truly feels. And then act it out. And the only way you could do that, you gotta be there. Does this character feel lonely? Does the character feel angry? Is he is he a crooked police officer? You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? How you doing, bro? You doing good?
Yeah, good.
Doing good?
Good.
What's up? My food now. I'm hungry. Tomorrow? Oh my good night. All right. Y'all was giving me food at the restaurant, man. Look at that blue sky behind me, bro. Look at that shit, man. Fucking shit, man. That blue sky is beautiful. So like, man, if you after anything, bro, you gotta ask questions to become a student of the game, bro. Learn all you can learn from the art form, man. Don't come in thinking that you know everything, because you don't. I learned that the hard way. Even with Capoeira, I come in thinking that I know everything. Before you know it, them students, they're gonna pass you up, and they're gonna be better than you. You be like, God damn, I've been studying longer than them, and they better than me. How the hell did that happen? Yeah, because you stopped learning. That's why. You start becoming a student. You start thinking that you knew everything. That's why I say anything that you're doing, acting, music career, come in as a student and learn all you can learn, bro. You feel me? Learn everything that you can learn. Let's go over here and get some, I need to get some water right now, bro. Learn all you can learn, man. Be humble too, man. Like, I'm here to learn everything about acting. I'm here to learn everything about music. You know, man, fucking, man, damn mosquitoes on you, man. Oh, Fast and Furious. He watching Fast and Furious. What number is this? What number is this, though? Oh no, this is part 3. Fast and Furious Part 3. Get up under there, man. Hold on one second. Woo. Had to get that real quick.
Thank you. What's the name? Anything else?
Oh, she smelled good. She did. She smelled good. She smelled amazing. Man. She did, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep that a buck. Off me, mosquitoes trying to jump me, bro. She gone too, man. She smelled good, and she had a nice bottle.
Oh,
You know, I'm
oh, thank you.
smell good. Can you imagine how long it has been? Thank you.
All right.
Have a good night. Hold on one second, man. Whatever. I'll do it tomorrow. Man, that chick in the store, man, she smelled so good. It was like, oh, girl, you smell good. Oh, man. I could smell the female nowadays, bro. Like, when I walk into stores and stuff, and I haven't been with a woman in a while, bro, I look and I try to smell these females, bro. I'm like, let me just get close and smell you. I'm like, oh, Oh my God, you smell good. You smell good. I got bit by a mosquito on my neck, and I got bit by a mosquito on my goddamn, God damn it, on my fucking forearm, bro. I can feel it. I got bit by a mosquito on my forearm and my neck right now. And I'm scratching them, itching them. God damn. Fucking mosquitoes. Bro, they'll bite your ass with no hesitation. Right now, I feel like I got a bite mark on my goddamn neck. I got a bite mark on my forearm right now. And I'm itching and scratching right now. I want some noodles in this motherfucker. That's what I want. Nah, I don't want no noodles. I'm good. I don't have noodles. So I gave you all the guys. I gave you guys all the games of how to chase a music career or an acting career. It's basically just coming in as a student of the game and learning all you can learn about the art form and whatever you're doing. Whether it's acting, music, it don't matter. Study, bro. Study the game and learn all you can learn. Ask a zillion questions, bro. And then your brain become a sponge. Because I remember when I was younger, once I stopped like, is it really Monday? Oh no, it's Sunday. Once I stopped learning, that's when it was over for me, man. Like, once I stopped learning about the art form, that's when I stopped growing. And that's when people come in, they're asking more questions, and they're out here just passing you up because they stay students. They don't think that they know everything. And they stay students of the game, and they keep learning, and before you know it, they became masters of the game. You know, how you think like karate masters and kung fu masters and capoeira masters become masters? Because they kept learning. And I used to think in my head like I knew everything about capoeira, and I was a young master, and nobody could tell me nothing. And the next thing you know, I'm getting beat up by people who came into the game like later than I did. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm like, these guys are passing me up. I remember I was a purple cord, a purple green cord or something. And the guy that I hated, I didn't like Gerald, man. The guy, his name was Gerald. I didn't like him or his brother, and they didn't like me either. And we used to always get into fights in the holder and stuff. But the one thing he did when he came into the game of capoeira is what he would learn all he could. Like even people that was better than him, he would learn from them and become like a sponge and pick up the shit that he needed to pick up from them. And even I was impressed about how good he was playing after about 4 or 5 years of playing capoeira. And I was already at 10-year mark, and he was at a 10-year mark of playing. And I up to me because he remained the student of the game. He remained learning. He didn't come in thinking that he knew everything. I remember he used to watch like people who was above him play, and he used to sit there and watch and be like, well, what he got new to learn from? How can I learn more from this guy? You know. You feel me? Man, I got bit on my forearm, and I got bit right here on my fucking neck. Them fucking mosquitoes, they don't play around. Shit. Man, I'm gonna be itching all night. Do I got any? I need some, bruh. the mosquitoes don't play around. I fucking got my ass bit at least twice. One on the neck, and then one on my forearm. But as you get older, you learn how to be humble, man, and we all realize that, man. Being humble is the only way to learn a lot more, man. When you come into the game and you're thinking that you know everything, bruh, you in it for a rude awakening. You ain't gonna learn shit. Man, I got bit on the forearm and I got bit on the neck. Okay, I'm back. I don't see them as humble. Like my sisters and stuff, man, I don't see them as humble at all, man. You feel me? You know, I don't see them as humble. The more humble you are coming into the game, bro, the more you'll become successful. Trust me, bro. When I was doing music, I thought I knew everything about music. I was like, I mean, I was learning, but I wasn't really learning, you know? And I was reading, don't get me wrong, I was reading books, learning all I can, but I wasn't really that humble like that. And that's the only way you could be successful nowadays is having a humbled attitude when you come into the game. You trying to learn everything it is about music, you better be asking every single question out there, bro. Like, what's this? What happened? What happens if I do this? How do I create a bridge? You feel what I'm saying? You know, how can I make the hair stand up on people's neck? You know, how can I make goosebumps, you know, on people's arm, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when you're doing music and shit, you know, only a certain, like, you know,
Boys is going by having tough out here. Be careful.
they got cops? 5-0?
Yeah, keep going back and forth.
Okay. They told me that cops are driving back and forth, man. Yeah, we gotta be careful, man, because they'll see you out here. We're like, man, what the hell are you doing out here? Like, bro, I've been out here since 2012. What you doing out here? Cops. Right there, yeah, right, nigga. I know you. Fucking cops, bro. Man, I got my ass bit like twice on my forearm. I can feel it. Damn, man. Them fucking mosquitoes, they'll land on you and bite you. Just like that, man. I got a bite on my forearm and one bite on my neck. Oh, sorry. Hey, how you doing? How's it been? You seen my homeboy? No? Okay. All right. Nice to see you again. Take care. You know, haven't seen her in a while. Any industry that you enter, bro, you gotta ask a bunch of questions. That's the only way you're gonna be successful at something. Like, let's say you decide you become an actor. I mean, start asking a bunch of questions, start reading hella books, and like, just get into the drums of things. You feel me? Like learn the art form of acting. Yeah, and it take very long, maybe like a few years, man, and you can fucking like go off by yourself and become an actor straight like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you get into, you feel me? Like, learn all you can, man. I made a mistake throughout years thinking that I knew everything. You know, thinking that I knew everything about capoeira and martial arts and getting my ass whooped by motherfuckers who was more humble than I was. You feel me? You know, That's one thing I learned. Just stay humble. Don't think that you know everything about your art form or whatever you're doing. Man, ask more questions. Keep on learning. And I'm let that shit. I'm ready to let that shit ride. You feel me? You know. Someone complained to the cops or probably patrolling. No, he was just telling me the cops were just riding up and down the street. Just be careful, man. So he was giving me a heads up. So I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna sit here real quick and lay down, man. I'm about to go to sleep soon, man. You feel me? You know, be out of the way. You feel what I'm saying? You know, if I'm walking around and shit, yeah, they're gonna come over here and ask me what you doing. Okay, let's get this shit started. Take off my goddamn shoes, bro. That's the female that came around and checked on me a couple of times. And I was wanting for her to come around, man. You know, whatever. I'm gonna let it ride, cause when you're a lonely old man, you become desperate. You know, I try not to act desperate at all. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I got bit on my arm and I got bit on my neck. I was wondering. I looked at it. I was like, man, I know I heard from somewhere. I know that female from somewhere. But she was the one that I seen before that came over, and she used to come and talk to me for a little bit, and she used to leave. And I really didn't want her to go when she came around, but whatever. I'm gonna let it go. That's why I turned around. I looked at her. I was like, hey, I remember you. When you're a lonely old man, bro, you kind of like want some type of company, especially from a younger female. You know, that's why I can understand why dudes get lonely when they get older. What time is it? Okay, so we got 56. Oh no, we got 86% left. So we got a good amount of percentage left. I usually want to keep my shit at 80% at night. So we got 6 more% to go. So we can make more video or talk about whatever. But yeah, the female that just passed by, man, I've been wanting her to come back around for some reason. I'm just like, I seen her before, man. She came around and I'm like, man, come back around again. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's that old man syndrome, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You just don't want to be alone. That's why I say, man, have kids, man. Have a family, bro. When you get older, because it's like getting a visitor is like everything. I mean, like I done heard so many stories of like people going to old folks home. You feel me? People going to old folks homes, not getting visitors. And she came back around today, like just right now. I just saw her. I didn't know it was her, and she turned around. I turned around, and I said, "Hey, I remember you. How you doing?" And she kept it moving. She kept walking, and she was like, "Oh, I'm doing fine. Have a good day." She just passed up really quickly, and didn't like stop and give me her time. So that let me know she's not really interested. You know what I'm saying? But it was just nice to see her around, just right now, because as we get older, guys, it gets harder, man. I'm not lying to you guys. I wouldn't like lie to you guys and say that it's easier to attract females as you get older, but it gets harder as you get older. It's not a it's not a funny thing, and it don't feel good like to be getting older and then you can't attract like you used to. So that's why I say focus on your money. You never be alone, man. You know, I've been wanting her to come around like that female right there, man. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't give me none of her time, bro. Like I tell, that's how I know when a female don't like me. It's like she don't stop and talk to me and give me her time. It's always the females who are below average looking, who stop and give you your time. Like sub five stalker. Of course, sub five stalker will give you will give you her time. Nobody wants her. You know what I'm saying? But you got a female that's younger. She thinks she better than you. She don't give you none of her time, but she don't keep it pushing. Just like this female just now walked by me. She didn't give me none of her time. She just said, "Hey, how you doing? Have a good night." She passed me like I didn't exist. And it's like, fuck. That's that getting old syndrome. Like today I was looking at a video of me. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I was looking at a video. Uh, I was looking at a video of me 4 years younger, and I saw how much better I looked. I was like 4 years younger. Remember that? Remember that? What's that? You know, I can't think of the goddamn name. Shit. Anyway, so remember that goddamn, I've been drinking way too much. Remember that video or that channel I created? Was it Real Streets? Remember that channel I created? It was called Real Streets. Okay, that was about 4 years ago. I accidentally bumped into that channel today, and I looked at it. I was like, holy shit, that's me like 4 years ago. I look so much younger. And I start getting depressed because I'm like, that's like 4 years ago. And I'm like, God damn, I look so much handsome. And I was at low percentage body fat. I was just off the enhancements, and it was in the beginning of the pandemic, and I look how young I looked. I was like, wow, I look so much younger. And I got depressed because the years are going by, and guys, we are not looking better as years go by. I look a lot better 4 years ago, and I'm supposed to look better 4 years ago. And it's scary to grow old and alone, bro. It's like I look forward to that. That female that just passed me just now, and she just kept going. She just like, have a good night. And I was like, wow, I was hoping that she would give me some of her time. But she didn't. She kept going. And it gets worse, fellas. As you age, you're not going to be able to attract women like you used to. And it sucks. It fucking sucks. Real bad. I got 4 years of youth taken from me, man. And that let me know that I'm not going to be here forever, and it sucks. That someday I'm going to die. And I can't do nothing about it. You know, I'm running out of time, man. Huh? Huh? Oh, yeah, I got it right here. Yeah, I got everything. Yeah, that's how we do it. You know. I'm surprised it ain't buffering right now, man. I guess on a Friday or Saturday night it doesn't buffer. Cause usually if I'm in the spot, it start buffering and shit, and I gotta go out to like I gotta go outside. You feel me? What I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like let's go outside, cause let's go outside real quick. Let's go outside. It's buffering and shit. I know I've been on here for way more than 22 minutes. What the hell? We gotta step outside real quick, cause it's buffering. And I say, okay, well, you know, I have made my mistake, but bro, so I won't last forever. Eventually, I'm gonna die. Eventually, man. And that's how you're gonna be too. You gotta be like, you know what? I'm gonna die one day, and how I die, that's my choice. You know, you feel what I'm saying? You know, how I die, no, that's my choice. You know, that's how you gotta look at it. You know, I know I'm not living forever, yo. What you got to eat? What food is that? Okay, whatever. I'll just pretend like that didn't exist. And I realized that, you know, hey, bro, you know, I realized that, man, life is not forever, and we got one life to live, and you know, that's just the way it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I wish we could stay here forever. I wish I could live here forever, man. You feel what I'm saying? I know that one day, eventually, my time is gonna be up here on Earth, bro, and there's nothing I can do. You know, we don't get no second chances in life to live again, man. We get one life. That's it. You feel me? And boy, she walked by and she gave me some. That female walked by and she gave me some light, you know. And she just walked by again. She asked me a question, and I wish she would have gave me some more of her time. You feel what I'm saying? You know, because I've been lonely for a long time, and now I kind of understand how my mother felt before she died. You know, the loneliness gets to you, bro. That's why my mother used to always want me to watch Aliens Part 2 with her all the time. With Ripley, you know, and the aliens and shit. She couldn't stand that I had to go to work. I'm like, Mom, I gotta go to work. I can't stick around and watch movies with you all night. I don't watch 2 movies with you. I watch Trading Places with you, and I watch, you know, Aliens with you. I watch 4-hour movies. I gotta go, Mom. I can't be here. She couldn't stand that I was just leaving her, man. But I'm like, look, Mom, I got a life. But now I understand how she felt, cause I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling the loneliness right now. You know, I understand. You know how my mother felt before she passed away. It's that loneliness kicks in, man. It does, man. You know what I'm saying? It does. It really does. What you eating? Oh, that sounds good. At least you got some food. You know. You know. Now I understand how my mother felt before she died, man. It was like, please stick around. Don't leave. It's not funny, but it's like, you know, that's how it is with loneliness, man. You don't want people to leave. They come around and you want them to stick around longer. You know, and I know that if I don't have kids, I know I'm gonna be one like lonely old man. You feel what I'm saying? You know. And I know if I don't have children, I'm gonna be like, oh, don't go. Stick around. Watch Arnold Schwarzenegger with me. Watch Boys in the Hood with me. You know, you feel me? Don't go. Please don't go away from me. Like Boys to Men and shit. You know. I'm telling you, bro, the days are coming, you feel me? I see how my mother was, bro. And I could imagine my father, how he was. I wasn't really around when my father passed away, but when my mother, before she passed away, I could see that she was really desperate, man, for us to stick around. My mother passed around, like, was it 2007 or 2015? My mother passed. Right when I came back from LA, my mother passed, bro. When I came back, she just could not stand me leaving the house. She was just like, no, stick around, please. And I'm like, Mom, I gotta go to work. You want me to stick around and watch Aliens Part 2 with you? Or watching it watching Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. You feel me? She wanted me to stick around and watch, and I watched both of those movies with her. I did, but I had to go. I couldn't watch a third movie with her because she wanted me to watch another movie. I forgot what it was, but she wanted me to watch the third movie. And I'm like, I gotta go. I'm like, I gotta go, Mom. I gotta go to work tomorrow. You know, I was working at that security spot in Hayward. I was working for like, was it I was doing an unarmed. I was doing unarmed. I wasn't doing armed security, man. I was doing unarmed. I was doing unarmed security. I was towing people's cars and stuff. You feel me? People would leave their cars parked in the red. I would call the tow truck and have that car towed. And I had to have at least like 3 or 4 cars towed out of there, per week. Let them know that I'm doing my job. Now, every single car that I saw that was parked in the red, I didn't tow it. But I had to tow at least 2 or 3 cars a week to make it look like I'm doing my job. And that's what I did. Next thing you know, I get a phone call that my mother passed away from my sister. My sister was crying, you know what I'm saying? Talking about, Mama died. And that broke my heart completely, bro. To have my mother just die like that over overdose. She died of an overdose. And I was like, man. I was in mourning for at least a year, bro. And I knew my mother wasn't coming back. You feel me? I knew my mother wasn't coming back. And I said, forget about it, bro. It's over with. And then my dad died. And then I was like, damn, we ain't got no more parents, man. Both of my mother and my father died. Now he died. He had kidney failure, bro. But on his birth certificate, on his death certificate, they say he died from the corona. But I can believe that because he had health issues before. If you catch the corona, you got health issues, man. It's a wrap for you. You know what I'm saying? So he had kidneys issues, and you know what I'm saying. My dad died from the corona. You know what I'm saying? So I got no more parents. Both of my parents are dead, bro. They ain't coming back. You feel what I'm saying? They ain't coming back. You know? And it's like, okay, you gotta understand something. Like, this life, it's not forever for all of us, bro. It's not. We all gonna see our maker at one point. And the scary thing is, it's like, how are we gonna go? That's the scary part for me, man. Like, I don't wanna go like this, by myself like this, being lonely every single night. I don't wanna go like this, bro. You feel me? I wanna go surrounded by family members, man. Making sure that my family members are, and when I die, I got something to pass on to my kids, man. I got money to pass on to my kids, and making sure they got good lives. Because I know my day of death is coming one day, eventually. I know, I can smell it. You feel me? And you got a date with death too. Everybody got one. We ain't living forever. We're mortal. The best thing we can do is try to live longer. That's the only thing we can do. Is to try to have a full life. To get at least 80 years out of this shit, man. But normally, we don't get to be 80 years. Especially if you've been poor your whole entire life. I think with Chad, the guy who played the guy who played Black Panther, Chad Baldwick, whatever his name is, he got cancer, man. But you gotta understand, he probably was poor his whole entire life, so he didn't get to live very long. You know, he was 40, or he was, you know, when he got his first. Maybe he might have played some other like movie roles before Black Panther, but his biggest role was Black Panther, bro. And he died shortly after Black Panther, okay, of cancer or some shit like that. You know. He probably spent most of his life poor. You know. That's why I don't think I'm gonna live very long, man, because I spent too much of my life being poor. I don't think I'm gonna live very long. I really don't. I spent too much of my life being poor. I've been out here. I haven't been rich my whole entire life. You feel me? I think I would have probably lived longer. I'm not saying I'm gonna die soon, and I don't know what my death date is. But me being like homeless and like just straight up just lonely for like a long time, I don't think I'm gonna live to be very long unless I get a woman by my side. You feel what I'm saying? That's gonna help me live longer. And I think like if you got a woman by your side, you know, you live longer, man. Especially and vice versa. If a woman got a man by her side, you help each other live longer because you're watching each other's diet. You know, you're cooking for each other. You're cooking healthy together. Because when I was with my ex-girlfriend, bro, we cooked healthy together, bro. I didn't have no health problems or nothing like that when I was living with my girlfriend, bro. The health problems started when I got by myself. That's where the health problems started, bro. That's when the health problem. When I got by myself, when the pandemic had started, and I became a sugar addict because I was by myself and I didn't have no girl around me, man. You know? And there's some research, you know, that's out there right now, man. If you look it up, married men or men who got women living with them, you don't have to necessarily be married, but men who got women living with them live longer than motherfuckers who have been single their whole entire life. Yes, they do. Like Sunshine Shoulders, he's 60, okay? Well, he's more than 60, he's like 61, 62. He gonna live longer because he's living with a woman over there in the Philippines. It don't matter where you at. You could be the Philippines, you could be in Africa, it could be here. But because he got a woman that he's living with that's cooking healthy meals for him and the family, and he's influenced by that, he gonna live a longer time versus a guy that's been single or a bachelor his whole entire life. I mean, look at Kevin Samuels. I'm using him as a prime example. You know, Kevin Samuels would have lived longer, you know, if he would have had a woman by his side. You feel what I'm saying? But he was living that bachelor life. You feel what I'm saying? He was living that bachelor life, bro. He was living that bachelor life. He didn't have a woman by his side, bro. And he was 50-something years old. I'm like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck what you say, bro. You're not supposed to be a bachelor at 57, 58 years old. You're supposed to be settled down with a woman, bro. Like, you at the last quarter of your life, and you being a bachelor, you're gonna have a fucking shorter life than the guys who's married, bro. Kevin Samuels would be still, if he would have had a wife, he would have got married and stopped being a bachelor, bro, for his age. I guess he figured, you know what, bro? I think that Kevin Samuels feel like he missed out because before his success, he wasn't able to like sleep with a bunch of beautiful women and shit. So he was trying to make up for lost time. I get it, you know. You out there sleeping with beautiful escorts. Now, don't get me wrong, the woman he was sleeping with, the Hispanic woman, she was beautiful. I give her a 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? But at his age, he was supposed to have been with just one woman, really, settling down, having a family, and having, well, he already 57. He can't really have a family. So, I mean, maybe he could, if he got another extra 30, 20 years in him left. But he could have lived a little bit longer, man. Kevin Savage could have lived a little bit longer if he would have been settling down. My thing is to settle down, man. I don't want to be a player in my 50s and shit, bro. That's too goddamn old to be a player. It's better to just settle goddamn down and shit. Even pimps, after a while, they settle down. You feel me? Like, even pimps, after a while, pimps and players, they hang up the fucking, they hang up the gloves, man, like, after a while. You feel me? Ain't nobody being a player until they die and shit. Like, no, at one point, you got to settle down with just one woman, but be good, man, and chill. You feel me? So after a while, man, that player stuff, it just get played, bro. You gotta, at one point in your life, you gotta settle down. You can't be a player your whole entire life. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta find you gotta find one woman and settle down with her. That's it. That's it. You settle down with just one woman. That's it. All that player stuff, man, that shit is in your 20s, bro. In your 20s and 30s, you're supposed to be a player, bro. You get that out your system, bro. Stop all the bullshit games, man. You know what I'm saying? In your 20s and 30s, you're supposed to be a player because you're young, man. You're supposed to be settling down with just one woman in your 20s, man. I made that mistake trying to settle down in my 20s. Boy, you'll be sleeping with every single woman that you get a chance. You get to be 40 or 50, man. You find just one woman, man. Man, I done searched my whole entire life for this woman. Man, you appreciate it too, man. When you get to your fucking 40s and your 50s, you find that one woman that you vibe with, that one woman that you can have sex with every single day without getting tired of it. You find that one woman that will cook for you healthy and making sure you have a longer life. Man, that's the one for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? She cooking healthy meals. You know what I'm saying? Working out with you. There's this guy out here, man. Like, I haven't seen him in a while, man. But he walks with his wife and his daughter all the time, bro. And I tell him, I'm like, bro, you doing the right thing out here, exercising, trying to stay longer, trying to stay alive longer for your daughter and your wife, man. You doing the right thing by exercising every single day. Trying to stay alive, He already got a wife and a daughter, bro. You feel what I'm saying? He's trying to stay alive longer. And the guy, me and him, around the same age. We in our 40s and shit. Things start going wrong in your 30s. In your 40s, man. You feel me? Things start going wrong in your 40s, man. And I made a mistake. I made so many mistakes that I'm living in regret right now, man. I should have had children in my 20s. I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't have children, man. When I could have had children. I had plenty of chances. As many times as I had sex with women without the condom, I could have had a kid by now, bro. I could have had matter of fact, I could have had a kid before I went to Brazil. This woman, she wanted to have sex with me without the condom so bad. This female I was seeing, I didn't want to do it. At the time I was a player, bro. In my early 20s, I was a player, bro, because I had options. You feel what I'm saying? I was a pretty boy. I was a 7 in looks. You feel me? But as I got older, once I get the bag together and I get a girlfriend again, I'm gonna really appreciate having a woman. Cause I spent so many years without one. And once I get a girlfriend or any type of girlfriend that's just like down for me, man, I'm gonna really appreciate it. I'm gonna be like, damn, it's been so long. You know, I'm gonna appreciate this girl right here. You know, even if I got a lot of money, I'm gonna appreciate just having one. You know, just appreciate just having one. Just appreciate it, and you'll appreciate it so much. You know what I'm saying? When it's been missing from your life for so long, you know, you appreciate it. You want to hold it, don't let it go. That's why I say every man, you got to get money so you won't end up lonely, man. Because loneliness sucks, bro. It does. It really does. You know? It really does. You know, loneliness is not something that you want to experience, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this anybody that comes by, you like, oh my God, I can't believe I got a visitor. I'm like, oh man, I got a visitor. Hold on one second. Let me see. Okay, we got 78% left on the phone, so we good. That's not doing too bad. You know. And I say, guys, please do the right thing while you're young. Please make as much money as you possibly can so you won't end up old and by yourself. Please make as much money. Pursue careers, pursue hobby, pursue careers in music industry careers, becoming an actor. Please pursue that while you're young. And you'll be ready for your old age in no time. You feel me? Please do not do nothing your whole entire life, guys. Please don't do that. Don't do nothing and end up a old dirty old man without any children. And please have children and have a girlfriend or a wife or something like that. Please don't be alone. Don't get to a certain age and be by yourself struggling. Like this guy that's 60 that's living in his car over here. He gonna die alone, man. You know, he didn't do the right things in his youth, so you know he's gonna suffer for the rest of his life. You feel me? Because he ain't did nothing. The guy didn't do nothing, man. That's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of that old age and being alone. That's scary to me, bro. You know, to be old and alone. And the thing is, your youth is completely gone and you can't do nothing about it. So that fucking shit sends shivers up my spine, bro. To be old and alone by myself with nobody to come around. I didn't have any children. See, my mother, she was smart to have children because when she was old, we was around, especially me. I was there cooking meals and washing clothes and all that shit. What's up with it, man?
All right, cool.
How you doing, bro?
All right.
Tell them motherfuckers don't end up old and alone, man. Talking about my parents and shit, how they died by themselves. But I was there. We ain't got no children, man. You in danger of being alone, bro.
Yep.
he know. He know. He like, yeah. He like, you feel me? You know. As I said, my mother, man, the desperation in her eyes, man. She just did not want me to leave the house, bro. And that's scary, bro. No, guys. If you're not having children right now, or if you're having trouble to find a wife or something, become successful, get the bag, and have children as fast as possible. Like quick in a hurry. Why you think I was like trying to have sex and have kids with like what's her name? With with Thai girl. I was hoping I was getting her pregnant, man, because I wanted kids so bad. Even though I was broke and dusty, I still wanted to procreate with her, man. And I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I failed miserably. I think if I was younger, I probably would have got to her, but you getting older, it gets harder to get a female pregnant, man. So I say everybody have kids. When you get old, bro, who's gonna take care of you when you get old? That's what I worry about every single day of my life. Who's gonna take care of me when I get old, when I can't walk around no more? What's up with you out?
Yeah.
Sure, man. Who gonna take care of me when I'm old and when I'm by myself? That scares the shit out of me, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm preparing now. I'm like, okay, my younger self, prepare now, prepare now, prepare now. While you still can, while you still young, man. Don't wait until you get old and then start preparing while in these years right now in your 40s, so that when you get to your 50s and 60s and 70s, you'll be living on Easy Street until you die. You feel what I'm saying? I live on Easy Street. You know, while I'm don't wait. Some guys wait too long. They get really 60. Like, damn, bro, you didn't turn that shit around. You're already 60 years old, partner. You know, and now you're gonna be in the last final years of your life. You're gonna be by yourself because you decided not to turn shit around, bro. You decided not to prep. You know, my older self is gonna thank my younger self. Like, I'm glad you got on that grind while you was in your 40s, bro, because now we in our 50s and we living good. That was a good decision to turn shit around, bro. You feel what I'm saying? He's a feminist celebrated when Kevin Samuels passed away. That's funny, because, you know, we all gonna die. We got a death. You don't think you got like a date with death, bro? We all do, bro. Everybody got a date with death. So don't celebrate too hard. You feel me? Don't celebrate too hard, because everybody got a date with death. You think you can escape death? No, you cannot. So don't laugh too long, because one day death is gonna come knock at your door and there's nothing you could do about it. Either it's from natural causes. What's her name? Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox. She might die before me. She's in her 50s, bro. She like 10 years older than me. She laughed and celebrated when Kevin Samuels died, but your turn is gonna be next. We all got a date with death, bro. There's nothing you can do with that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do about death. Death will come knocking at your door whenever it feels like it. Death will show up sooner than you think. And then, once you die, there's no coming back to this life. It's over with. My teacher, my capoeira teacher, he died around 45, around my age, man. And he ain't been back. He's gone forever. There's no coming back from death. You feel me? I'm trying to see what's up, man. I'm out here horny as hell, man. I'm trying to see what's up. I'm trying to Now I'm gonna let it go. You know what I mean? Like, don't be that desperate old guy, bro. Like a lot of guys, they reached a certain age because they felt like maybe self-improvement was too hard, or it was a challenging thing and they didn't want to go through all that. But don't be that guy that sidestepped chasing the bag while he was younger, and ended up being 60 and don't have no money, bro. I could tell the reason why this guy became 60 and broke is because he sidestepped chasing the bag or bettering himself throughout his whole entire life. He sidestepped it. And now he's 60 talking about, yeah, I need to find a job. I need to find like a job or something. Like, I need to find something. Like, bro, you tripping. You had time in your life to better yourself. You're already 60. It's already too late to turn things around. It's over for you, bro. You look like a tall ass Michael Jordan with skin flaps on, bro. he got the center nasal folds around his fucking like face from aging. I don't think I'll ever get that. I think that's center nasal folds are genetic. I don't think I'll ever get that. My dad didn't get that. My dad didn't have center nasal folds. He didn't have that. So it's not in my genetics to get it. But if you get it, it's over for you. Center nasal folds, bro, that shit is over. I think 50 Cent got those, but he 50 Cent, so he could have those. He got money. But some guys, they get the center nasal folds, like around here, and that shit fold over like that. It's a wrap for you, bro. It's a done deal. You feel me? That's why I say, man, I'm about to end this video in about 3 minutes. And I'm gonna leave you guys with some knowledge and wisdom that I have learned in my past. The key is, bro, prepare for the future. That's all I gotta say. Prepare like 5 or 10 years from now. You feel what I'm saying? Get your mind off of right now and start saving money and investing for the future. That's it. So that way in the future, bro, you'll have a whole lot of money, and you'll be able to live life the way you want to live. Get off that, oh, I'm just in it for just right now. You feel what I'm saying? It's because the years, just like one of the OGs told me a while back. He was like, the year's gonna go by like this, with the snap of the finger. He said, you save that money, you invest that money, and save that money, invest that money, so you can live good and lavish in your later years. Don't fuck time off. Don't fuck shit off, bro. He said, save that money. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so obsessed with chasing the bag, because I know in my later years, I'm going to live good. I'm going to live, even though I might be 50 or 60, but I'm going to be living lavish. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to be living good. You feel me? Instead of struggling at, 60 or 50 or 60, like that one guy living in his car, I could just tell he didn't turn his life around. He didn't turn around and say, you know what, let me chase the bag he didn't change. He stayed the same. And I could tell, because just by talking to the guy, I could tell he doesn't have a lick of intelligence. He's very stubborn and bullheaded just by talking to the guy, bro. I remember, I had won a jackpot of $2,000, and I told him, I said, hey, man, I won a couple of grand a while back, because he had won $600 or $700. I think it was $700 he won, but they said that he would have to turn this shit into the lottery office. I said, no, you don't, bro. That guy over there, if you get good with him, just tell him to give you $300 a day, and that's it. He was like, nah, that ain't gonna work, bro. That ain't gonna work. Ugh. And I was like, bro, I keep telling you, bro, he gonna give you. That's what he did to me. I won $2,000 and he gave me $500 a day. I showed up, was collecting $500 for 4 days. Okay? He said, you wanna do it like that? Okay, cool. He gave me $500 a day and had me write on a piece of paper how much I was collecting. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't want to do it. He's like, man, I ain't gonna do it that way. I'm good. I said, okay, you're gonna be waiting 2 or 3 months for that $700 to come around, bro. Just go over there and say, can you give me, $350 a day? Try to work a deal out. He didn't want to do that. I said, okay, I can see why this guy's broke because he don't think. He don't got a brain, bro. I can see why he's 60 and don't have any money because he doesn't have a brain. I'm like, okay, let me leave this guy alone. I left him alone real quick. I was like, okay, he's 60, he's broke, and I don't want to hang around this guy. There's nothing I could learn from this guy. You know what I'm saying? But how to be 60 and broke. That's the only thing I can learn from this dude. He doesn't have a brain on his head, so I don't want to associate with people who don't have a brain on their head. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to associate with that because it's like, okay, nah, I'm above this guy right here because he's not a thinker, man. How you think I hit my first jackpot? It wasn't because of fucking luck, nigga. It was because I used my brain to hit that first jackpot. I paid attention. It's called paying attention, like in school, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So, nah, I'm above this dude. I ain't talking to that nigga, man. I'm good. There's nothing I can learn from him. But how to be 60 and broke. Anyway, I'm going to end this live, man. You guys have a good night, man. I was supposed to have ended it before. But we all good. It's already at an hour and 2 minutes. So I'm gonna go over here and we're gonna lay it down, man. I'm tired and I'm frustrated. You feel me? My neighbor, usually there's a dude that comes here. He ain't got home yet. You feel what I'm saying? And when he come through, you can hear the mattress he gonna lay on, or whatever, the inflatable bed that he gonna lay on. You can hear it, he can flap that shit. Wah, wah, wah. I be like, okay, this motherfucker's home. This motherfucker is home. I got neighbors. I got next door neighbors that I camp next to. So, but anyway, you guys have a good night, man. We're gonna keep this shit on a wrap. We're gonna wrap this up. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm tired. And it's time for me to take that Advil so I can sleep better. Oh, shit. I stepped on something. Oh. What the fuck is this? I'm see if she gonna give me some coochie. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe she might give me some coochie. Yeah. I mean, she came back over here twice, so I'm trying to see what's up. Like, baby, you coming over here? What's up? You gonna let me you gonna give me some of that cooch? Or you gonna be playing around? I ain't got no time for no games. And she looked way better than Sub 5 Stalker. Let's put it this way. Yeah, she looked better than Sub 5 Stalker. Yeah, I'll hit that, man. But she got to come over here and give me a little bit more action than that. But anyway, you guys have a good night. If I do get some, I'll let you guys know when I wake up. Peace out, take care, and bless. I'm out.